treat.
You got treat. Yeah, I think we'll keep
So somebody got it. I can tell you control.
Okay. We can just put this up. This is a... Oh, whoops. It got unplugged. Oh my god. Too many cables.
You want to? Oh, okay.
It would be possible to move that PS4 closer to us.
Okay, let's see.
I mean, I don't want to mess up anything.
I'll try to scooch the... rotate it. Does that help a little bit?
Yeah, I think that helps a little. I'll just be more careful with it.
There we go. Might be... I can do it, try a little more, but I think it might be about as far as it goes.
I'm just going to... I've played this before, but I'm going to play normal.
So
Now see, he has a surgical mask on.
No, he's got a smiley face.
He's got a surgical mask
he's got
on.
a smiley face. Jason has...
I'm just gonna go ahead and skip. Basically, he's in a city and there's a bunch of monsters.
See, he's got a smiley face. He's happy about it.
Now that you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's
Don't
what
start.
happened years ago when Toast was streaming this. All the speedrun guys were like, "Hey, that guy looks like he's wearing a smiley face."
I'm gonna get
Everyone else
some
was like, "Oh my god,
He's so happy to be the lone survivor.
I'm gonna get some espresso. Delicious. Oh no.
So, oh no.
So
Hold
you've
on.
beaten this on like hard mode?
I don't know if on hard mode. I beat it on normal for sure.
So you're
I beat it a couple times.
So how are you gonna kill everything and go nuts, or are you gonna be nice?
I'm
and
probably going to default more to just killing everything, just because it's easier to go through. And then
Get
you know,
that
we got a
strut.
tutorial here. What's going on here? There's
Like
a
his
monster.
arm swing.
There's a monster.
He's like, hello.
It makes a great sound.
He's like, I'm happy about you, monster. I don't think he can see.
Alright. I officially own Fatal Frame made with Blackwater.
Nice.
That is on the list.
Good.
What if we side-eyeing the monster?
Yeah, he's just... I'm suspicious of it. Oh yeah, I forgot he like kind of shimmies up against the wall.
It totally looks like he's smiling.
It drove Toast crazy
I get
because
you. I
every
get you.
person,
Sorry, but
every person who said that would be like, "Oh, I can't
now that
unsee
you
it."
brought it up,
I hate you.
I can't unsee it.
I'm Toast, and I say that guy's smiling.
This is the worst Halloween ever.
He happy? Are you okay?
Like it's even better when paired with the shifty eyes.
Yeah.
He's just like, it's like a giant nervous smile.
Yeah. Here, I guess you can get a shot of me and him while he's I put on camera mode while he's playing the game he actually picked.
How long a game is this?
It can be about 3 or 4 hours. I don't know how long it would take me, but it all depends.
If you kill everything, I bet you can get through it.
I could
before
probably
the
get.
shift's over.
I could. Yeah, there's a good chance I could. Let's see.
I guess you can kind of explain like some of the stuff that's going on here.
So yeah, he's basically trapped in a world with just like a bunch of monsters. It's almost like seems like weird post-apocalyptic, but it's also still kind of surreal. Like they don't really explain everything that's happening. So your whole idea is you're trying to basically it's like get out of the room, go to this place. Kind of you're trying to like kind of keep going for whatever reasons. You're trying to survive, and so
You're the lone survivor.
yeah. And so the idea is the gameplay idea of it is that oh you got a remouse? Okay. So the thing is you have certain actions and they determine what if you go more insane or less insane. Like if you act normal, if you do more normal things, that helps keep your sanity. If not, that makes you more insane. And it all like the sanity effects. I forget. It kind of determines what ending you have, like how you operate, like kind of. Mainly what ending you have, but also just kind of how you act, how things go, how characters react to you, things like that.
What are you
So
doing right here?
it's an I'm adjusting my wig. It's all the hair in the world. Okay, so you go to your room and go to bed to save every time, and then you're kind of exploring this. Apartment building first.
Not for my apartment. I like his little eyes.
Cross-eyed.
Yeah, he's got little pixel eyes.
First time I saw this game was during the Indie Marathon, I think.
Oh yeah, and Toast played it then too.
Yeah, I did.
And that's when I got the game too. So it was part of the Humble Bundle.
Oh yeah, that's right.
TSG Humble Bundle.
TSG home where we got those keychains and stuff with it.
okay, so
Oh my god, I forgot to buy the TSG home.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you just now realize that? Years later? Wait a minute. I know
Is it
it's
too late?
So there's a monster over here. So the thing is, you can lure these monsters over with rotting meat. So I'm gonna place rotting meat here, and then I'm going to hide.
I like his little. It's cute. Hang on, there's some sandwich over there.
Crazy weird.
Jazz loves monsters.
I don't love that monster. That monster's scary looking.
I don't hug it.
You don't hug it. It's still scary.
I'm gonna get the heck out of here.
GTFO. Can you sleep through the every day until the game ends? Up our ass.
Well, I mean,
Could you do?
You
conceivably?
could, but you're not gonna get anywhere.
Oh yeah, but he was just wondering if it's actually possible.
I mean, no. I mean, you only progress by doing certain actions and certain things. So you can just
okay.
sleep and sleep and sleep, and I guess days would just go up, but you know, nothing else would happen. I haven't tried that. I wonder if they might actually have programmed something in there to do that. So this is an early, weird, creepy part where there's this giant hole in the wall, and you
Ooh,
just
like
gotta
the
keep
static you
walking.
see in the screen.
I don't know. Weird things are happening.
Gets weirder.
You walking? You just walking? Oh, this is super scary. Uh-oh.
Is he bare feet?
Yeah, he looks like it.
There's
Looks like
monsters
it's
coming up behind here.
Uh-oh. There's a lot of goo here. I don't like this place. It's full of gross. We got gross in here. We need to clean this thing up.
Anyone else not hearing anything from the game? How is the audio?
Yeah, can you guys hear the game audio? Or do we need to turn it up? I'm assuming you can hear the game audio, Tess.
Yeah, I can hear it just fine.
No,
look.
back season's smiling too.
it's spreading. It's the apocalypse.
It's a contagious smile.
It is a contagious smile. Vacuum noises. So it says. Oh, listen, now I hear something. Okay, good. I'm glad we don't have to mess with it.
There's a lot of ambient noise.
Yeah,
It's been a while since I played it.
Silent Hill like, so.
I can turn it up if need be.
No, they say it sounds fine. I think it's the sound just went down in the area he was in and then came back up. Because now they're just like, oh no, it's scary sound. He wakes up like, I slept with my weird surgical mask again.
So, but yeah, there's and you use mirrors to teleport around.
As you do.
Yeah, that's what I do.
He should draw a face on his surgical mask. Like if I was a surgeon, that's what I would do. I would always draw like a happy face or something on the mask, I think.
Was Resident Evil 1 was that a trick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just tricking.
Still want to carve a pumpkin.
Yeah, if you donate $100, then we'll carve whatever you want into one of these pumpkins. We've got a bunch of pumpkins still.
We have 5 pumpkins.
We got 5 pumpkins. If you want something on there, and if you donate $5 or more, then you can actually get entered into our raffle with a bunch of
See
stuff.
those prizes.
Yep, I keep showing the prizes off, but there's a bunch of different things in here. Got umbrella, coaster, Resident Evil. Got the St. Jude shirt for Play Live. It says play for more than just bragging rights.
Yeah, that one's really cool.
Yeah, we've got like St. Jude Play Live back here and has like the Twitch logo, GameStop, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, all that stuff. So there's a bunch of things in this little prize package. You donate, and it's until 9 p.m. Central Time. You donate $5 or more, you are entered into the raffle to get a bunch of nice little, all sorts of goodies, as all sorts of goodies. You guys are dancing.
So
Every
everything's
time.
fine. It's cool. They gave Chie her a baby doll. 'Cause it's like if I can't even, it says something about what if I can't even bring myself to talk about her, let alone hold the doll, then I got nothing to say to you. So kind of surreal story stuff going on here.
I like how he pulls out his little map like, okay, sorry, I know what I'm talking
Pull up that. Go cross-eyed.
So now. It's like different actions, different things. Like if I went to talk to Chie, or if I just went to get the gun, like that would affect. Like those are like there's like one of the huge list of factors that affect how insane you are. Like what endings you get, things like that.
How many endings are there?
Oh, I think there's about 4. I think at least 3.
Well, if he goes nuts, he's gonna have a nutsy crazy ending. He's walking back and forth with his gun. I'ma shoot you.
So when you
guys
pull
are
a gun,
really
you just
helping
like slide
the
around on the
game.
floor? Is that
I think you
accurate?
can kind of see his feet. I think going back and forth. Yeah.
Okay.
So
No, I have no choice. I can just leave. It's kind of pointless to go after
Well
them
done.
because you never have to go back in that room again, as far as I recall. So
open the door and just be like, nah. Undead Snowman? That's a great name. So
Arthur
water?
Doyle says, well, this is what happens to Chie after Persona 4.
yeah.
Yeah, she's had better times.
So 206.
You got to, was this one of the games where you got to interview the creator, or was that just Lucas Pope?
Oh, I was gonna interview Jesper Byrne, but he wasn't able to show up. I interviewed.
Phone busy.
I interviewed. What was his name? Pope.
Lucas
Pope.
Pope, yeah.
The guy who made Papers, Please.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I was really looking forward because I had a bunch of questions to talk about with
either
Jasper Byrne,
stay
like
up for
about
the link
this
for that,
game and
or-
this inspiration for it and all that.
Yeah.
But I guess he wasn't able to show up. So you know,
Because he was
It's a
busy.
shame.
yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Would have been neat to talk to him.
He's got things to do.
He can walk around his apartment with a big smile on his face.
That'd be so great if he actually looked like that.
Yeah.
He's like, that's not a mask, that's myself. Portrait.
Yeah, I'm smiling. I'm smiling guy. He doesn't walk.
Wait, no, that's the bedroom.
I also like those portraits on the bags and brute dot eyes.
Is there any other games after this?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because he did everything in this game, right?
Yeah, I think so. Was that True Toast? Do you know?
What's that?
Did the guy do everything in this game, like the sound and the art and the
I
programming?
believe he did everything. If yeah, you know what? I'd have to look it up. But I think if he didn't do everything, he did the majority of it.
Looked at myself.
Yeah. Unacceptable.
But
Maybe
I
it's on.
so he's freaking about the stuff in the bedroom not being his. So you know, there's like weird surreal stuff to here that they don't exactly explain. But that's what I kind of like. Is like it doesn't like some games which I love, but who the thing is like, oh, it's all a cult. It's like no, it's like no, just leave some things weird and unexplained.
Yeah, you don't know what to do. Like, you got a cat in your inventory.
Yeah, it's a kitty.
Invent kitty. How does he eat with the mask on his face?
How does he tie for boxing gloves?
How does he tie with boxing gloves?
What eat squid stick?
Look at Dusty Mirror. That mirror's so dusty. Oh, super scary, you guys. Super duper scary. So if anyone doesn't know, we're playing our Trick or Treat Marathon. It's randomly picking stuff out of this Trick or Treat tub. If you get Treat, then you get to pick your game, which you got to pick Lone Survivor.
Yep.
If you get Trick, then the audience picks the game, and it could be anything. It can be Bubsy, it could be...
I like your name for the bucket, the Trick or Treat tub.
The Trick or Treat tub. Why is it Twin Peaks, Deadly Premonition on the list? Okay, so... Honestly, Arthur Doyle, what I would have put it on there, but first off, the computer, we found out we can't stream anything from the computer, and I don't think we have it on anything else, but also, I personally started it and haven't beaten it yet, so I would have to leave the room because I don't want to be spoiled on any of the absolute insanity that it's obviously going to lead up to, because it's already insane. It out-lynches David Lynch, because since it's animated so weird, the characters are just making these weird inhuman faces just at all times. Just weird expressions that people don't actually make.
So was that intentional, or...?
That part I don't think was intentional, but it very much was trying to be like Twin Peaks, and it is just bizarre from top to bottom.
Yeah, I still haven't seen any of that game. Like, I
It's
know
their
it's super
sandwich.
notorious.
It's like, people would say it's the best worst game ever because it's got so many weird like problems, but it adds to the experience so much.
Who's here?
It's Tie Tie the Tie.
That should have been my own costume. Just a
Tie-tie?
gigantic tie.
Tie.
I'm a tie.
And then come back as a slice of pie and be Piler.
Now you're gonna be
Where
Kryler
are we?
because you don't have a costume.
Always that.
You're just
Kryler.
Gyler right now.
Kryler.
Yeah.
Gyler.
Gyler.
But yeah, I started on Deadly Premonition and it is glorious. It's glorious how insane it is. I love.
Yeah, you got Trick at first. You played Resident Evil 1 for a bit, and then you got Treat.
So he's playing Mode 6.
RE1 was a trick game?
Yeah, the audience was
voted
like,
for
make
it.
him play Resident Evil 1, and so we're like, okay.
We'll show him play this classic.
I was told,
Yeah.
well, I told them that like he doesn't like jump scares, so Fatal Frame was actually going on for a bit, and that
That's the jump scare game.
And then since Blau wasn't up yet, we couldn't use his phone. People were like, "Have him play Five Nights at Freddy's." Like, we can't do that because we don't have the phone for it. But yeah, it's so they were just like, "Well, Resident Evil's pretty scary."
Yeah.
So he went through it a bit, but then it was revealed that I don't remember as much about the game as I thought I did. So
Which version?
the remake one. Yeah,
It looks great.
it's good.
Jagger just said to me that I did get to 1-3 and home improvements to 0 missions. I was confused.
Probably. I didn't get to 1-3 in Home Improvement. I still got halfway through or whatever it was. I got past the giant I-Core from the.
Which
No.
Fatal Frame? 2?
It's the Wii U one.
Oh.
Yep.
What are the areas in Zero Mission called?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't remember. It's a different.
Yeah, it'll get busier. And
Yeah.
remember.
The really big one is the one I got lost in.
Yeah. Penny Place Geese are Antos dress each other? Yep.
Basically,
Yep.
everybody's backed out of the college, yes.
Alright.
He dancing. That monster dancing.
Man, people ask about Deadly Premonition. I'm kind of glad we don't have that. But Mario World music in it just drives me nuts.
I love like the weird whistling and stuff. I love the whole game. It's or like as much of it I've played. I can't say whole games I haven't beaten yet, but
It's really goofy, but
it is goofy.
after a while, that Mario World music gets to you.
We should have had center sandwiches after the marathon. We could make some center sandwiches. Do you want to make them, Tyler?
Some what?
Center sandwich? Have you ever
What is
played
that?
Deadly Premonition?
No.
There's this. Actually, no. I can't explain it to you. I'm gonna just show it to you.
Brinstar, that's where I get lost. Or maybe
Brinstar.
it was Norfair. One of those two. I think it was Norfair. That sounds not correct.
That's the lava stuff. Oh, I want. So what do you do in this game, Toast?
I lone survive.
You won't survive. What are you doing right now in this game, though?
Trying to get to the next part.
Well, I figured that, but what are you doing?
There's a part where I'm trying to I have to cut out some weird flesh thing from a wall. I remember. I'm just trying to get to that part.
If you go to YouTube,
Oh crap!
just search for Deadly Premonition sandwich is the first thing.
Okay.
So in that game,
I'm
do
real
bees
spooked.
follow you around if you don't shave?
I don't think it's bees. It is. There are bugs that show up. I can't remember if actual bees show up to sting you to death if you don't shave. But
IRL they do.
Better watch out then, Tyler.
They're shaved bees.
they shave bees.
The shaving.
10
The
bullets, not
shaving.
bad.
They're shaved. Yeah. Who's Willie Nelson? You should know this one.
Oh, I'm not losing enough today.
Oh, are you supposed to be toast?
You should see Toast with it.
Oh, nice.
Tyler likes it.
Wait, you just noticed?
I just caught on. Wait a
The
minute.
chat was like, "Oh my god."
This is pretty
So
good.
does that mean toast
I'm
is
all
supposed
about
to be
what
you?
y'all are doing.
Yep.
Yep.
He's got the. He's wearing the bandana I always wear on my face.
Yeah, I was just making sure he wasn't just some random bandit.
So I'm just a random person.
Worth trying to find fun.
So when you're sneaking around behind them, is it what will set them off? Like how close can you get to them, whether they realize you're there?
It all depends. But I mean, yeah, there's like if you're hiding, if you're back there, then you can't get got. Like it's just you're safe.
Okay.
But if you like, yeah, it's like. I think it's like if they're a certain distance, and also if they're like facing you, mainly.
Oh, I see. So it's might be part of why their heads are always going back and forth. Oh no, that guy in the chair has got a problem.
Do I actually kill him? Let's see. What is that? Honestly, I'm just trying to remember what to do next.
Warnarkin. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. This is not actually a speed run. Don't let the name fool you. We are not very fast usually in general.
Yeah, I think
But yeah, this is more of a casual marathon, more of a casual group. We do have some speedrunners that do stuff with us sometimes, but for the most part, we're not a speedrunning group. So
yeah.
this is just more of a. What they always make the joke is this an LP? Yeah, it's kind of an LP.
I like when they said slow as a speed too.
Yeah, slow as a
That's
speed.
gonna be my answer. Is
Slow as a
times
speed.
people bring that up.
I remember there was one time when I was streaming and I was just losing over and over again at, what was it, Donkey Kong Country or something, and someone in the chat goes, "Where is speedrun? Why do you lose?" I'm just like, sorry, I left my speedrun at home.
Yeah, I forgot it.
Sorry. Left my speedrun outside. It's in my other shorts. But I will say, this is an event for a charity. If you donate you donate any money, with the donate button that's on the screen there, you will be sending money directly to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. So we don't touch the money, we don't look at the money, we can't smell the money, we're aware of the money,
Whoa.
but it all goes straight to the charity.
Oh, I'm freaking out.
Why is your guy
My flashlight ran out.
losing his mind? Your guy's having a problem.
We're gonna go to the fair now. So.
Go to the fair,
The fair.
eat a
Deep
fried,
fried everything.
eat a fried stuff. Yeah, I got a box
I
of
will
it.
eat fried.
You just eat a fried. You guys have fries here? No.
Yeah,
That's not healthy.
Bye.
Bye.
See y'all.
Bye.
Fun getting spooked.
It's scary. I'm terrified. So what's going on? Where are you in the game?
I just got the gun. I just did. Now I'm still in kind of like the apartment exploration part of it. Let's see. We need to get to the next parts.
Salford says there is a time where you have to finish the game before the beard escapes. It's true. This beard is escaping. Blessed Dragoon says, "Oh my." He's looking up some notes.
Yeah.
Which is allowed since I had notes the entire time I was playing Sweet Home.
Hey, did you hear I managed to beat Ghost of Army?
Did you?
Yeah.
Sometimes
Both
it's so hard.
circuits. It's funny because I spent like 2 hours on the first circuit and then I beat the second circuit in like a half hour.
Nice.
That's always the way it goes though.
Those games are so hard.
I
They're
don't
so
know why
good,
the
but they're
second
so hard.
circuit is supposed to be harder when it's easier.
I think it's, yeah, I guess it's just a matter of like
Supposed to
being
get
more
to
used to it or something. I don't know, but yeah, Super Ghouls and Ghosts is also
Sometimes it felt like
massive,
the bosses
terrifying game.
just died quickly.
Yeah.
So what bear gets what he gets.
Oh,
It's like, yeah,
let me cross your name out.
Hey.
And be like,
Posed.
she told me not to not give you a present, but I said no. Bear deserves it.
And then I wrestled you for a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't get
No present. No, I'll give it to her. I will
Okay, good.
keep it somewhere on my person. Our impersonations are spot on.
Mhm.
So this whole thing more or less take place inside this apartment.
Oh, yeah. Like you go back to the apartment's always your base. You always go back to the apartment as your base. But then it's like you go through the apartment building. You go through part of the city. I think You might go to a hospital at some point. Yeah. It's a lot of the same beats as Silent Hill for sure. Whoops, I meant to see the mirror.
Home again. Could use a bath, but So what is this next part that you're trying to get to?
Oh, here we go. Yeah, here's what I was trying to find. Yeah, there we go. Oh, crap.
Ah, that guy's upset.
Yeah, because if your light's on, they like zero, they like insta aim right at you.
Die, creature. It takes a lot of bullets.
Alright. Oh, keep need to get used to which one's the. I'm so used to playing on PC. I'm not used to these controls.
Oh, I'll be damned. Oh no, there's weird goo here.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, so that's the flesh part. Let me make sure there isn't anything else to explore over here, though. So in the room, sure I can't. I think this door's probably jammed. Oh yeah, that's right. So on this thing, there's like this is a door you could see before with like a hook on it, I believe. And so the thing is, there's this like ham. It's like, oh, delicious ham. It'll be so good when I have it, you know. But you could put that ham on there to like distract that monster, like if you didn't want to use the gun, or if you're like trying to do like low, like, you know, not to kill people, not fight percent. So it's kind of a choice of like give up delicious ham to get past monster.
You should never give up delicious ham. It's delicious ham by default.
So I gotta
by its
like
nature.
cut the flesh wall here.
Apple said
Go.
she'll find it more weird when Anna starts making puns and Toast complains about them.
I've stated that I'm just gonna swear off puns forever because they're awful and terrible. And I mean, and
I
it's just
actually
so,
love puns.
No, you don't. You are
Yay.
being like, oh, you know how she always makes stuff up. It's fine. Yeah, I declared that I worshipped the ground that Jazz walks on. Just worship. All day, every day. Ground worshipping.
I like ground if it's squishy and fuzzy. Yay. Monsters, lizards,
Monsters, lizards.
squishy. Goodbye, monster. Goodbye, mountains.
Goodbye, Alex.
Okie dokie. Oh, okay. Then yeah. Now I can go through here, and now I can explore. I keep hitting the. I'm gonna switch up my controls and just get used to it. Can of soda and instant coffee powder, so I can make some coffee.
Yay. How long did you say this game was? You went through it all?
Oh, I was in a little full practice. It was probably maybe like 3 or 4 hours usually.
So you think it'll be done like right when you're about to finish?
If everything goes well, yeah, it would be. I'll do my best to make that happen. Let's see. We got cook, we got ham, we got beans. Let's eat pickles.
Let's eat pickles. Chomp.
Delicious.
You just eat an entire pickle.
There's a jar of pickles even.
Jar of pickles.
Okay, let's.
Walk past the dancing guy.
Jazz took it upon herself to stop making terrible puns.
It's true. Or not true. I'm not entirely sure who we're talking about in this sentence now. So now I'm so confused. There's a lady back there. What's her deal?
I don't know. I think it's one.
I have no one. And she's upset. losing his mind.
Yep. The director. Yeah, so we can meet the director pretty soon.
The director of what? Left 4 Dead?
Pretty much.
You'd be like, that's
Oh.
that's who
Yeah,
said
goodbye.
Goodbye.
How many bullets do I have? I don't know if that guy's worth going after. I mean, you can get some milk, but that's about it.
I hate it when undead flesh beasts are guarding the milk.
Yeah, I know, right?
I want that milk. Give it to me.
I'll go back and save first.
See, I think after we go back,
Probably
I'll
204.
do-
There
I'll have to show you. I think Nightmare on Elm Street. I think
we go. Yeah, I think I'd be good with that.
That series gets increasingly ridiculous
Yeah.
as it goes on.
Oh man.
He starts killing people.
We need to do a sequel that sets it
Oh, the Mana, Legend of Bananas, Secret of Bananas. That game's got a Flammy in it. What are your thoughts on Flammy?
Flammy
Not me.
is cute and fuzzy. Yay!
Yay! I agree just because you said it. Yay!
Yep.
You're walking. Yeah, it makes some things in the house.
Yep.
Yeah, what is actually in the chat? What's your favorite horror movie slasher movie death? Because there's some pretty great deaths out there in slasher movies. What do you think would be your favorite? Mine, like I was telling Tyler, I think yesterday, like in Suspiria, they dump that lady into the pile of razor wire, which is pretty great. But in one of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, Freddy Krueger, using his dream skeleton power,
Yeah.
like cuts out someone's veins and like makes them dance like a marionette.
Oh yeah.
Which is pretty extreme.
My favorite horror movie death is very NSFW to talk about in detail, but the clown in Scary Movie 2.
It's more of a parody. I don't know. I mean, maybe maybe it counts. I remember. Well, my favorite death of like a creature in like a sort of horror movie is putting the gremlin in the microwave in Gremlins.
Yes.
Because that dude explodes.
Okay, if I had to go with a legit horror movie, it would probably be, I think it's Saw 5,
I haven't seen Saw 5. I want to see the first one.
where they gotta put their hand in that machine with the buzzsaws to
Oh
collect blood.
dear.
It's the director.
That's scary.
I don't remember if anybody actually died in that scene or not, but I mean, I think it counts anyway.
Yeah. That's scary. Oh boy, I have that box. Suitcase says when Paris Hilton was impaled in the head by a wooden stake in House of Wax. Oh dear. Gremlins more of a black comedy. Yeah, it's kind of. I wouldn't really call it horror, so it's kind of on the edge there. I mean, if you're a kid, it's probably pretty scary. But I think Grim Grimmel's being sneaky. Being sneaky, bud. Worse than dream skeletons. You don't know if they're real or not. That's the true horror for Arthur Doyle. That might not actually be a skeleton there. I'm upset.
So yeah, there's basically a character called the director here, and he's basically just Home Free Bogart.
Oh, of course.
But he gives you like he finds stuff where he gives you nice stuff, and later you can give him if you give him like the cat comics, like the ones based off of the flush cat you have.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, you should talk to the cat. Hello, Kitty. Then yeah, you can trade that to him for stuff.
Cool. SS Rule says, what's the scariest game you've ever played in your life? Scariest. Let's see. Like when games I don't necessarily get scared, I get but tension really gets to me in a game, which is why Resident Evil I think works so well because they have limited saves. So I'm just going for 45 minutes. Oh god, nothing kill me. So that'll get to me. Five Nights at Freddy's actually does get to me too because there's a lot of tension in that game where you have to concentrate on making sure that nothing gets you, and then that makes you so focused that when they do get you, it is scary times.
I just don't really find games to be all that scary. I think it's just got to do with the fact that I know it's a game.
Yeah. This isn't really happening. Oh, I will say, there's some pretty awesomely...
I was just going to say, I'm just going to go back and save, and then now I can go to the first floor, so I'm going to start exploring that.
Woo! Good. So I would say, like, the first two Fatal Frame games work pretty well for being pretty tense and scary, because the only way you can the best way to hurt the ghost is to let them get in your face and then essentially create your own jump scare by flashing the camera and then putting the image of the camera on the screen. Sigma X-Core says, well, there's a troll smile on that character. So the guy's actually wearing a surgical mask, but anytime we say it looks like he has a big smile on his face. He's just not happy with it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty great. Let's see.
Map yet.
So yeah, Fatal Frame I think works pretty well. Silent Hill also.
Oh.
Pretty good about it. Oh no.
Oh, whoops! I didn't notice.
Hello.
There.
He's like, ah.
Goodbye.
I guess I'd probably pick Shattered Memories as the scariest game I've played.
Shattered Memories is pretty creepy. You can't defend yourself.
There's something about being put in a world that occasionally becomes monster infested with no weapon.
Yeah. Like at any moment, you're not entirely sure when it's gonna go nuts, and then all these crazy monsters are gonna try to kill you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And then you have the creepy story unfolding before you too.
Yep. You put down that monster food. Oh, go eat this.
The only thing that can make that game better is Pyramid Head.
I don't know. I think Pyramid Head is so connected to James Sunderland's personal weirdness that I actually don't like seeing him in other games because for me personally, it's like, no, this is about James being a crazy because of all the stuff that happens to him.
Yeah, people like oh, Pyramid Head just because it's a neat design. It's like, oh yeah, let's put him in. It's the Silent Hill monster. And it's like, no, it's so much part of Silent Hill 2.
I just like Pyramid Head because you don't ever really know what he's thinking.
That is true. Like as a monster, like the monster design itself, it works so well because it's just got this weird triangle head. Like you don't know what it's like. You can't reason with it. You don't know what it wants. Really, I mean, you know it wants to kill you, but you don't know what its motivation is when it wants to do stuff. Worst game? Worst horror game? Silent Hill Homecoming I don't like at all because it's not scary whatsoever. And that's it's like a Silent Hill game about the combat, and it's just...
Resident Evil 5.
I haven't played Resident Evil 5, but I've heard a lot of people were not happy with it.
Let's cook something real quick. Let's see, we got 10 pickles, got 10... Oh, we'll make some beans.
Let's see, what are some pretty terrible, horror games? Clock Tower 3, I have not actually played, but if you compare it to the actual, like, Super Nintendo Clock Tower, it is a total mess. It has the corroder. So the original Clock Tower it actually plays kind of, well, it doesn't play like this, but it's kind of like similar to this, and then it's 2D, but it's still like super creepy, and you know there's a lot of tension. And the original Clock Tower, you don't know when Scissor Man's going to show up and get you, and you have to explore the place. And there's a bunch of different endings. And in the original Clock Tower, even you can actually try to find the keys to the car that's in the house and escape in the car, but that's the worst ending because it turns out Scissor Man was hiding in the car and he's going to get you.
Oh yeah.
Is Clock Tower 3 the one where you have like serial killer alter ego?
No, that's actually... It came out here as Clock Tower 2, but it's actually Clock Tower Ghost Head.
Ghost Head.
Which the actual Clock Tower 2 came out here as just Clock Tower because the first one for Super NES never came out. But it's got a Clock Tower Ghost Head, and you're like a schoolgirl who is also like can be or is partly possessed by a serial killer, and like your voice changes into this from the serial killer.
It's super scary.
I watched some guys do an LP of it, and it is so dumb. It is so dumb.
The thing about that game is the schoolgirl is so insufferable. The serial killer is just amazing.
Oh yeah, he's
you just want
great.
to play the whole game as the serial killer.
Be evil for a second.
Yeah, and they like position it's like, oh, being the serial killer is bad, and you're a killer, and it's like, no, he's way better. He's way.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
Clock Tower 3 has Clock Tower 3 takes all of that and attempts attention and stuff, just throws it right out the window. So you're like a girl who explores this mansion, and she sees a bunch of weird things that are going on. There's all these weird people hunting her, but instead of Scissor Man, they have these two twins that are dressed up essentially like Kefka from Final Fantasy VI. They're like two clown twins, and they each have like a half of a giant pair of scissors, and they're like, oh, look at me, oh, we're going to have fun today, and start prancing around. It's like, what is this crap? This isn't scary, this is just goofballs. And spoilers for Clock Tower 3 if anyone cares, but at the end of the game, the girl that you play as gets like giant anime glowy superpowers, and gets like a huge like giant golden magical bow and arrow that she like shoots a boss with to death, which is not horror whatsoever.
It's like so there's like a giant monster blocking the way, so I've got to figure out a way to take out the giant monster.
Get out of here.
So I am exploring right now for that purpose. Let's see, where do I got to go? You can see the monster on the other side of the door there.
Oh yeah, blorp.
Yeah, there's eventually going to be like a chase sequence where we get away from that, and it is. I might need to look up and just quickly memorize the steps because I've done it before. Of course, I've beaten this game multiple times, but there's like the steps of doing it just because of. The way this game is 2D, like the way you have to navigate back out on the chase sequence is kind of weird. Yeah, let's just say it kind of shows the limits of this kind of engine for doing that kind of thing.
So basically kill a kill. Yeah, Clock Tower 3 has some kill a kill action going on there. It's so one of the like you keep getting these weird visions of I guess like stuff that happened in the house before, or like some of the weird people that are trying to kill you, and the quote-unquote best scene in Clock Tower 3, just the perfect encapsulation of why that game shouldn't be called Clock Tower, is the corroder. You should look it up on YouTube, but this corroder scene, the girl gets a vision, and there's an old lady, and it's like she's in
might not have gone far enough for it. This thing did not come after me, so... No. Oh, there's two of them, man. Ugh. I'm out of bullets, too. Might have been a bad choice.
Snap his neck.
Money.
Are we okay?
I can't look at my... I might not be. I did save recently, so it's not all is not lost. I might just have to... let's see, how many... I got 5 rounds. Alright, let's hope this guy behind me doesn't
his
give
friend
me...
is here.
Oh, out of ammo. What do I do now? I need protection. Oh, okay. So now I'm going to go to the blue dream.
He's gonna go nuts.
Have you played Home?
I have not.
Yeah,
I've been meaning to play that.
Yeah.
It looks really neat.
You kind of decide what the story is.
Yeah, that is
weird because you don't just outright decide what the story is. You decide what it is based on your perception.
Yeah. Like if he doesn't see something like, oh, does it say on this note, or what color was this door, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Battle Clock Tower 3 is like, ow, do you like me? Acid bath. Yeah, so Clock Tower 3. The vision she gets is this old lady, and she's like in like a little old house, and her son comes by, and he talks about, oh, is that you? Is that you, my son? Oh, I can't see so well on account of how old and frail I am. I'm sure I'm gonna survive this cutscene. And the son shows up and it's like, oh, Mom, I knitted this sweater just for you because it's so cold and I love you so much. And I, too, am going to survive this cutscene. We need to celebrate for this present I got you for Christmas. And she says, oh, are you still making toys for the children? You love children so much because you're so gentle and kind. Oh, yes, I only got my gentleness and kindness from you, Mom, because we're such wonderful, awesome people.
They lay it on.
Yeah.
Very
and then, out of nowhere... out of completely nowhere, this dude who's essentially dressed as the Pyro from TF2 kicks down the door and he's like, I'm the Corona! And he has
It's
a
hilarious.
big canister of acid on his back, strapped to his back, and he's like sprays it with a sprayer, and he's like, how do you like my acid bath? And picks up Grandma and just jams her head first into a barrel of acid for totally no reason. And the son is like, oh no, that's no good. And he's like, you're next, dude, and picks him up and just jams him into a bucket of acid too. It is it's hilarious, and it would work if the game was supposed to be like cornball and cheesy, but it's supposed to be scary. And the game is amazing because it has stuff like that all the time. It's so good. Ninboy's here. It says chat room. Ninboy, you're still around? I thought you were fighting monsters on the other side of the moon. Is that accurate?
So the idea is like you have different pills. Oh, by the way, I do like that he drew a little thing like there's a giant monster.
Oh yeah, there's a monster.
So you have the different pills. You take a green pill. You can get like either like healing or like food items or more batteries. I think. You take the blue pill. You go to sleep and then you get ammo. But the idea is that's part of like the whole like are you going insane or helping you go insane type mechanic because you went to sleep, you took a pill, and then you woke up with like stuff in your pocket that you didn't have before. That's crazy. So that contributes to you going more and more nuts because that like it emphasizes that.
Yeah.
But it's easy. But the game is easier if you just keep going to sleep and keep getting bullets again and again because then you'll just have infinite bullets. But it kind of keeps making you more nuts. So it leads to certain endings.
He's gonna be nutty boy.
Pretty much. So.
Oh no! Ah. Hello, thing.
I forgot that it went over there. Yeah, so that's the thing I gotta escape. That one is called I believe that monster is called Father or Daddy or something like that. So kind of telling what they're going for here.
Clock Tower is supposed to be scary. Clock Tower 3 is supposed to be scary. Maybe to people who are afraid of anime. That's true. If you're afraid of anime, that's the scariest game ever made.
Next to maybe Fire Emblem.
It's true.
Speaking of Fire Emblem, I'm just amazed. I actually found a used copy of the collector's edition of that Tokyo Mirage Sessions with everything in it.
Oh, huh.
Oh, the FES. What is it?
Persona thing.
Yeah.
Anything but
It's Persona Fire Emblem.
Yeah. Which is really bizarre combination, but that's fine. Yeah, if we were capable of playing it, I would probably would have put Clock Tower 3 on there if we had a copy, but I wouldn't finish it. I would just be angry at the game the whole time. It's so weird. Well, I've never played it, but I've heard Haunting Ground. Pretty good.
I'm surprised no Castlevania games have won the poll yet.
Yeah. I mean, I could try it, but I'm not confident in how well I could beat NES Castlevanias or Super Castlevania. Possibly do it.
Castlevania 2 is not bad. It's just
You'd have to remember where to go. If someone was telling me where to go, I could probably do it again, but... like, I've done it before. Like, I've actually beaten Castlevania 2 without looking anything up, but it was such a horrifying slog.
Yeah, I did it too.
Yeah.
But, I think there's only one spot that's really, really bad. Like, god dang it.
Yeah. Like, the thing where you go through the floor was the thing that got me for the longest time. Or whatever it was, it opens up the ground and you can walk down there.
The thing about me was that spot where you had to kneel.
Yeah.
Make the water go away.
Kneel in the graveyard
That
duck.
took me forever to figure out.
Yeah.
But after I figured that out, the part where you have to kneel to make the tornado appear just seemed like second nature.
Yeah. Oh, yes, of course. We're living in a world where kneeling down makes weird things happen. Why
Everybody
not?
expected me to just be stuck there forever because I was streaming it blind.
Yeah.
And I figured it out like immediately.
It was freaking weird.
I like that game though. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, the game was fun. It's just...
It feels good when you power up.
Yep. Castlevania Have you beaten Castlevania 3 or any of the old
No,
Castlevanias?
I've beaten Castlevania 1,
Oh, Castlevania
but you don't think
3,
it counts
I
because it
hated
was on the GBA.
Yep.
I hated 3.
I mean, I like 3, but it, like if you you don't know what you're doing.
Okay,
Like-
and here's where you meet the man with the white face.
The man with the white face. Oh, he's a mime? What is he?
He's a
The
weird looking
clown?
dude.
He has his mouth.
White face man, that's right.
White face man. I don't know what you're saying. I don't like it either.
I like how the main character just shrugs all the time.
Yeah, he's just whatever. Who's that guy?
It's probably because I picked the hard path when I played Castlevania 3, but I did not like it. I got to this one level with falling blocks, and it was just the stupidest
The
level ever.
falling blocks are incredibly weird.
Like, it was hard to even cheese with Alucard as a bat, because a block would hit you and knock you out of bat form.
Yeah, like, there's a bunch of weird randomness in Castlevania 3 that makes it pretty difficult. I remember if you give Sypha the ice spells, some things get considerably easier, but then if you get up to a boss where the ice spells are gonna work very well, then it's just like, okay, I hope Trevor's got the best weapons because this is gonna be a problem. Get old Ralph Belmont. Belmondo.
Isn't Cypher supposed to be Simon's mom or something?
It's implied that like she became a love interest to Trevor at the end of the game, but they just kind of hug, so it's kind of ambiguous.
I think in Mirror of Fate, which I know is an alternate universe to the normal Castlevania canon, flat out Trevor and Sypha are together and Simon's their kid.
Yeah, seems like it would make sense. The Belnade's family is sort of a recurring thing, but it's not completely. It's like they're the exact like how they're related to the Belmonts isn't always particularly spelled out. I think from the regular series. Anything but awesome says Japanese people probably beat Castlevania 2 fine since the text has a lot of hints that aren't in the English version. Yeah, I'm sure the original Japanese one actually has like sentences that a human being could understand, which is cheating. I feel.
There's a hack of Castlevania 2 that actually retranslated it.
Oh, interesting.
It's
Doesn't-
supposed to be a lot easier to
Doesn't have
play
a graveyard
blind.
dog.
It's a hack that I can load onto my Retro Freak and actually play it on the cartridge.
On an actual machine. So I guess that thing just saves a state whenever you turn the game off. It looked like it saved the
Yeah,
state for
it's
Sweet
like
Home. Okay.
it's like the way the Wii and Wii U
Oh,
Virtual
okay.
Console does it.
When I was like, I'm pretty close to the end of Sweet Home, but I didn't want to take up any more Phil's time, so I was like, well, I'll come back to this if you guys go for it. But we were like, is it gonna save or is it not? We're just the tension of just like turn game off. Does it still exist? Maybe.
You can't just choose to
There we go. There's
finish it
the
when you start your next shift.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do. But like at the time, I was just like, I'm gonna quit it for now, so I don't take up. So I didn't want take up Phil's playtime. Jagger says tacos, my favorite Belmont. I think that's the. I think for the Alpaco emote for Rom Scout, I think it says Taco Belmont. That's pretty good.
If I was good at making costumes, I would probably have come as Simon.
But which version?
The Mirror of Fate
The
version.
actual. Oh, okay.
The one where he's like a barbarian.
Yeah. The
He's
Judgment
like
design
super
stuff.
rugged and manly.
Yeah, the later designs where they have him wearing like this weird like leather get up. It's like what? And he's got bright red hair. When did this happen?
Oh, and
What?
he's super bishy.
Yeah, so Simon ain't gonna. Does not look like that to me. It feels like a weird idea. Man, what is? Are you familiar with that Castlevania, like that official Castlevania album where it's got the rap about breaking into Dracula's castle? Toast. They
I
talk
don't
about
think
it's-
I've heard that actually.
It's been
I've
300 years since Dracula made his move.
No, I haven't heard that.
It's like Simon's coming for you. They call him Simon. So Simon, Simon.
Hello, Daddy Monster.
Man, if Chase had the thing set up, I would totally have us do a dance party to that song, because
That'd be
that
great.
song is amazing. Probably getting muted by Konami too for doing it, unfortunately.
By the way, would you be able to find if there's like a Tylenol or aspirin or something around here?
I can look around.
Some water.
Rip Castlevania because Konami wants to make pachinko machines and turn
Metal Gear Zombies,
Gear
man. Metal
into
Gear
Resident
Zombies.
Evil. Makes me sad that Lords of Shadow is done with after only 2 games and an intercourse. Because I really like Simon
what's
from
the
that
choice?
universe.
Ibuprofen and
I guess ibuprofen.
2, I guess.
Yeah. Whatever the serving size is.
Do you want somebody? Do you want a glass of water? Or are you just gonna down?
Yeah,
these?
some water would be great, please.
We just keep playing all.
Okay.
I'll bring them to you
Thank you.
because I worship the ground you walk on all the time. I am your minion, your servant.
I need to play Lords of Shadow. I mean, I know it's God of War Castlevania, but
I got so bored with it that I just couldn't keep up with it anymore. I got tired of it after like the first night because there's only like several hours into the game, only fought like maybe 2 different enemies. Just ridiculous to me.
I got up to that part where you go full on Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh yeah, it's like that snow monster or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, got up to that too. Just, I don't know. There just was not nearly enough variation in the enemies for me to want to keep going. Because the story was like, oh, all this evil stuff is happening. Why? It's like, because Dracula. We should go find out why there's evil stuff happening. It's Dracula. What evil force could be compelling all this bad stuff? Dracula! I don't care, guy!
Oh, you don't know what the twist is then.
Uh-oh. If there's a stupid twist, I might be compelled to fight the same monster over and over again.
I don't want to spoil it for you because it's a pretty great twist.
Great. Sorry guys, Toast was all alone because I was getting stuff for him. There you go. You gotta take it. His lone survivor pills.
Yeah, Mirror of Fate's probably the best of the 3 in Lords of Shadow. But you should definitely finish the first one before you play it.
Oh dear.
You'll probably never finish it if you don't.
See if I can get back into it. There was what other game distracted me whenever I stopped playing? I don't remember, but just the Lords of Shadow is immensely stupid. La la la. That's what I like about Battle Duck, is we pretty much agree on everything about video games.
Yep.
And then really, it's so much more than that guy fell down. What are you doing in here? This was atrocious.
So I gotta turn on the generator to turn on the elevator, so that I can get out. So basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm eventually working to sort of that giant daddy monster. Oh well,
Giant
first I'm
daddy
gonna get
monster.
hit by this thing. You know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna go nuts, getting bullets if that's what it takes.
That thing's doing an exorcist spider walk over the ceiling.
Battle Duck is correct. The twist of Lords of Shadow is immensely.
Yes, la la la.
Tin of beans. Tin of beans. So I'm going to basically I need to turn on the generator to send the elevator, and then that big monster is going to go in the elevator, and then I can like navigate around and get around it. And where's this guy going nuts?
The monster's like a backflip onto the ceiling. I don't know.
Yep. Ah.
But yeah, if you ever do beat Lords of Shadow, definitely check out Mirror of Fate. Because it's a lot more straightforward than Symphony of the Night, but it's that type of game.
No, it's more like Metroidvania.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good, because that's something that I didn't like about Lords of Shadows. There's no exploration. Something I kept saying while I was playing it was, which way to the Castlevania? I wish to get to the Castlevania and not walk down this corridor.
Like, there's not a lot of exploration and optional stuff to do. Like, it's fairly linear, but there's a little bit. There's just enough to say yes. It's a Castlevania.
Just enough.
No, I don't mean to.
Oh, no, is that guy good? Oh, he's behind something. He's behind the door. Okay. I was like, see a ghost?
That game also has a twist that is incredibly stupid.
Good. I love twists that are incredibly stupid. Like in Silent Hill Homecoming. Twist of Silent Hill. Don't you love Silent Hill Homecoming?
Oh yeah.
All the great characters and likable people in that game. That's complete garbo.
Alright, so it might lead to insane times, but I'm going to eat a burger. Basically, the guy I'm sitting next to is just going to berate me.
He's gonna be like, haha, scrub tier. Are they watching a movie? Are they on stage? What are they doing?
Dang it, GGS.
That's Bill.
Yeah, it's very surreal and very Lynchian, being like, what's
I
going
want
on?
to say though, someone's a lot of fun to play as in Harmony of Despair.
Oh, the one where it's the multiplayer one?
Yeah.
I still do not have a machine that can play that, but I kind of want to, because I like the idea of Gurgoth shooting giant Gurgoth lasers throughout the entire...
I just like how one of the DLC levels is the entirety of Castlevania 1.
Yeah, it's all of Castlevania 1. Yeah, I think that's funny. He plays the Getsu Fumaden music too for some reason.
And Simon is so strong. But
Yeah.
he's 8-bit.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like 32-bit or whatever, and he's 8-bit.
Yeah, Simon's so great. Yeah.
He rocks it old school.
I enjoy it. It's so dumb. I like it.
I'd say aside from Simon, my favorite character in the game is probably Yoko.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to...
DK says, holy diver, you are the look survivor. Now what are you looking for in this,
Trying
area?
to... Where is the... Oh, right, okay. No. I'm trying to get all the parts to turn on the generator. So now I'm just kind of into the exploration phase.
So, I know from experience, whenever I was playing Sweet Home the other day, turn on the generator when it's time to turn on the generator. Don't just leave the room and wonder why everything is still dark for an hour and come back and get it.
Yeah.
Like a stupid idiot like I was.
Hey James, you know a lot about Symphony of the Night, right?
I know a fair amount of it.
I've never played it. Which version should I play?
I would say I only played the original PlayStation version. The one ROM Scout and all them plays the Xbox Live Arcade version. But they play it because it's more broken. But the Xbox one is generally the Xbox Live Arcade one is the one that a bunch of people play. I just have the original PlayStation disc, so if you can find that, then that also works. But
If I'm looking for the most complete version of it, like the one with the most content,
let's see. As far as most content, I think it would actually be the Saturn version.
what about the PSP one?
The PSP one, I think is I actually haven't played it or heard anything about it, so I'm not entirely sure. I
It's
know.
like a bonus on some other Castlevania.
Yeah, it's in
game.
like Castlevania Chronicles or something, which has it has like the Rondo of Blood remake on it or something. I don't quite remember. Yeah, I can't attest to that either way, but the Saturn one's got a bunch of the weird stuff in it, like you playing as Maria. You play as Maria in that Symphony of the Night, and there's a few other things that I quite remember, but.
I have a Saturn. I can acquire this.
Yeah, although I will say the Saturn one does kind of aggravate people because the load times on the Saturn one are just incredibly annoyingly long compared to the PlayStation one and Xbox one. So that's all. That's like the trade-off is that the loading times are just stupid.
I saw someone playing the PSP one. And it didn't look like it had loading times that were bad.
I don't know hardly almost anything about it. I know that almost everyone that I know that plays a lot of Symphony of the Night doesn't really
No, I'm just going to slide past
have
it.
a opinion about it one way or the other, as far as I know. They don't talk about most. Those guys freaked out when you put the.
Yeah, they're flares. They don't like flares.
Isn't Maria in the PSP version?
She might
Well,
be.
'Cause I remember there was some blonde chick you could play as in it.
Yeah, then it'd be Maria because she shows up a couple of times in certain to follow her. But yeah, she might if they put it in the PSP one, then it was probably based on the Saturn content because that's the only other way you can play as her, as far as I know. You definitely can't do it in the Xbox Live Arcade one. I don't think, anyway. Or at least nobody has ever brought it up if you can. I maybe they're too interested in just playing as Alucard, but...
I just figured I should probably play Symphony of the Night before Bloodstain comes out.
Yep. It is definitely... Because it gets a lot of attention as being, oh, it's one of the best Castlevanias, but it really is, like, even... It holds up incredibly well. I think Toast will agree with me on that.
Yeah.
Isn't there another character you can play as? Belmont?
Yeah. Symphony of the Night is one of the best ones.
You can play as Richter. Richter's thing is he operates very much like he did in Rondo of Blood.
Wasn't he also in Dracula X?
Yeah. Well, Dracula X is basically trying to be the Super Nintendo version of Rondo of Blood,
Right.
but it's got some changes to it. The most noteworthy change being the final boss fight is almost impossible even with cheat codes on, because at the end of Rondo people complain that, oh, the Dracula fight's too easy. So like, okay, let's make it more difficult and put like death pits all over the room, and Dracula can.
I think I've seen that fight.
Yeah, he can teleport
Is
around,
there like a little
including off
platform that
screen.
you ride around the room?
No. He there's platform that's like it's columns and like all these death pits and stuff, and the screen is actually slightly wider than the resolution that the game was made at. Right. So Dracula can teleport off screen a few times and just attack you from there if he feels like it. So ideally, if you just bring the axe to the fight and take him down, but if you can't do that, then it's just you're just hosed. Just hosed. Yeah, there's a lot of people that really don't like Dracula X and vastly prefer the original Rondo of Blood.
I wonder if Symphony of the Night is going to dethrone my favorite Castlevania.
I mean, it might. It's still, like I said, it still like holds up pretty well. If like Castlevania just didn't exist and Symphony of the Night came out today, people would still be raving about it.
Well, my favorite one's the first one.
First one's pretty good. It's classic Vania. Smack that guy with a lip.
I actually highlighted my blind first playthrough of one play.
Oh yeah.
It's immortalized with all the cursing and attack.
It is hard. It is a hard game. It's not easy game.
I think it took me like 4 hours.
It's pretty difficult. Why are you in the meat room? Oh, you're exhausted. I see. Time to go to the meat room.
I think Uncle's waiting on me to play Super Castlevania though.
Super Castlevania 4 is also very good. Music in it is fantastic. And then Konami very obviously thought, oh, we can do all this new stuff with the Super Nintendo. Let's do it all the time. We can rotate entire stages, so let's do that. Salvador says if so came out today, people will complain that the new Metroid has no gun. It was infested by vampires. I don't know. Maybe. Castlevania is full of vampires. Battledux's Symphony of the Night is literally my favorite game of all time. It's a good choice. Cadros Victor says, hey, stream. Hello, Cadros Victor.
Hello.
Since we're getting some new people in here, I'll probably explain what's going on here. There's not a lot of people in the room right now, but we are at TSG.tv. It says TheSpeedGamers on there, but we're not actually speedrunners, but that's fine. We're just showing off names.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the Trick or Treat Marathon. So this is a Halloween-themed marathon. We're raising money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. All the money goes straight to the charity. We don't touch the money at all; it just goes straight into their PayPal account. And the concept is we have this trick or treat bucket, and it has a bunch of slips of paper in it. And you can pull the slips of paper out, and it'll either say treat, in which you can pick the scary game you want to play, or it'll be trick, which means the audience gets to pick out of this massive list of games. And there's a bunch of scary games on there, but there's a few games on there that we added in just to be mean. So there's like Bubsy 2, and just horrible things. So we have that, and this beard's coming off. How do you live without your beard sliding off all the time?
I use so much glue.
So much glue.
I've almost got broken glue.
So much
it's
glue.
crazy.
So sorry, I've lost my train of thought. So the audience gets to pick from the game. We'll have we can have like spooky games, or if we have games, they can even pick the game you want to play. It's fine. But the audience picks if it's a trick game. Toast got Treat, so he's playing Lone Survivor. Earlier he got Trick, and the people had him play a bit of Resident Evil Remake. Resident Evil 1 Remake.
Yep.
And
Good.
if you donate $5 or more, then you can be entered into this raffle until 9 p.m. today to get some nice stuff. We got St. Jude Play Live shirt. It says play for more than just bragging rights. So that's good. And on the back it says St. Jude Play Live. It's got the Twitch logo and stuff. So you get that shirt.
Doesn't it say that on the hoodies?
I believe so. And let's see. We got this. We got these 2 pins here. We have a Slender Man pin. And we have the Ghostbusters logo. Awesome. And we have this costume quest, little handmade plush here of the unicorn costume, which is the most OP costume in the game.
I still need to play that.
I mean, it's alright.
It looks like a cute game.
This is there's some coasters. There's a few of these perler bead coasters of the Umbrella logo from Resident Evil. And finally, it's $5 Nintendo Dragon until 9 p.m. Central Time. And we also have this mug that has TSG engraved into that. Posted, so
Did Vic make that?
I believe so, because I think she did. I think she made a few of those a while back, so I'm pretty certain that's one of hers. But not 100% positive, but yes. Stick that box right there. So
So Jazz, if you get Treat again, what are you gonna pick next?
if I get Treat again, I'm definitely gonna finish Sweet Home since I'm so close to the end.
After Sweet Home.
After Sweet Home, I've got something up my sleeve if we can get it to work. If we can get it to work, I've asked Britt about it. We're gonna see if we can do it, but it'll be a surprise. I don't want to say it just because I don't want to get anyone's hopes up if we can't actually do it. But I have something in mind. But if it turns out that doesn't work, let's see. There wouldn't be enough time to do Parasite Eve, unfortunately, unless it's still the same copy that we had from last time on one of these machines, and I
No.
could do the
I had to do a fresh install.
a
of
fresh
it.
install. Oh, okay. I couldn't remember whose.
Now the save file
These
might
rooms.
still be on there if it's the same PS3.
Interesting. If it is the same save file, I could try to go to the Chrysler building in Parasite Eve. Maybe. It would have to be the same save
One
file.
of these rooms, I think it's the second room. Like if you get caught in it, you just can't get it. Oh, we got the fat dudes here.
That thing jiggling. What's that guy's deal? There's several of them.
Oh crap! It's a bad one.
What is it?
Do you have something similar
You
in
just
mind?
this
as what
room
I
you're
have?
just trapped in, so you can actually just get out. Like it just
You guys
just
go
keep
nuts.
freaking
I
out.
didn't like that very much.
You have a similar idea to what I had
Oh yeah?
with your Chrysler building thing.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking if I get Five Nights at Freddy's, I'll probably let Charmel play the nights 1 through 5.
And then do 2020,
And then I
2020,
can spend like an hour trying to do 420.
2020, 2020 mode. That's scary times.
I did beat it once. It took a lot of retries.
Don't you have to like kind of just run intentionally, well not intentionally, but budget it so you run out of power at the very end and just hope that nothing gets you in the last like 30 seconds or minute or something of it?
It's possible to do it without doing that, without running out of power.
Yeah.
But only one person has ever managed to do this.
Interesting. Those things are gooey. All those guys' deals. What
It all just depends on if Foxy decides to be a bro or not.
That's pretty much what I've heard is that you let it run out of power and then just see if Foxy runs in and gets you, then fine, and if Freddy comes in, then just stay still and just hope he doesn't hope the time turns over before he actually gets you.
Oh, Freddy's a non-issue
Yeah.
because you shut the right door every time you look at the camera.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I was thinking like for when the power runs out for when he comes in for that.
Oh right.
Yeah,
right.
he plays Toreador and then bites your face off. Toast, is this a restart situation like the next Dirty Harry rooms? Maybe. Infection.
Oh.
You-
I don't know the necessary Harry, but it eventually lets you out. It's just like I think it's just a random amount of time as to when you can get out, but until then you're just like, well, you just gotta freak out in a room. And so yeah, that's no fun.
No fun?
So basically from the map here you can see so where it goes down the bottom, basically what I'm gonna need to do once I start it, the elevator is like on the bottom all the way around.
Alright.
So I've got the fuse. I gotta start up the generator first, so I've gotta backtrack a little bit. I think I got the fuse, I've got everything else, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna backtrack. I'm gonna go to the elevator, start that up, and then I have to run all the way around to the first floor escape there. Basically, so I have to do a loop. And with the way this game is, since it's 2D, it is in the heat of the moment. It is sometimes kind of hard to tell which direction you actually have to go, or which one it's like, oh, this is a door to, Yeah. So let me go and start the generator first before I do anything else. There we go. I'm gonna eat some. I'm gonna eat some S by me. With S I mean stuff.
Eat some stuff.
I want y'all to eat some stuff.
I think that's what Jace was saying every time he says that. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Need water.
I could have a can of soda. Oh,
Amazing.
soda is amazing. I agree.
It's not soda, it's pop.
I think this is set in England, so they could just call it soda.
No, I will force them to call it pop.
Okay.
Yep.
Actually, you know what? It might be a bit tedious, but I'm just gonna, every time I get to a mirror, I'm just gonna go back and save, just in case.
A little better. Look at cupboard.
I got 13 bullets.
So what do you have been eating the last few days? Mostly candy. Jagger, the fact that you call it that tells me you're not ready. Jagger watches Arrested Development. Everyone else should too.
Agreed.
There's too much goo in here. Ooh. Donation time. One moment. We got a donation to St. Jude. Ah, here we go. It's from $5 from Nintendo Dragon. It says, whoop. Yeah, see, there we go. Hey, wanted an entry as well, so I'm hopefully going to start some donations coming in. Also, Anna, hang on, there we go, I scrolled. Also, Anna, I'm sorry, but if you remember it, and aren't tired of me asking every Halloween marathon, could you do that Castlevania 64 voice for it? Oh, the Schneider Reinhardt voice? I should have brought the sock puppet to go with it. We can do, that's basically like a Jason impression. What is it? Oh, that thing, oh, that guy going nuts over there. He losing his mind. That's a Squiggle guy. Why is Squiggle guy so upset with you right now? He just put a little sparkler on the floor. Why he got no eyes. Why are you upset by it?
I don't know how to respond.
That's usually how people act when I try to do this voice. Is there Dracula in this game? Are there vampires?
Oops.
Are there Dracula vampires? Are there werewolves? Are there ghosts?
There.
Skeletons?
Yes.
No skeletons. I'll say skeleton. Your guy's got a skeleton. That's pretty scary.
Yep.
I'll smack him in the head with a whip. He's skeleton no more.
You make a compelling argument.
Yup. So when you find we got Dracula. He's king of the vampires. He's king of the vampires. He shows up and he's like, I'm gonna take all these people. I'm gonna bite them on the neck and I'm gonna eat
Oh
them.
no, your bird.
Oh no, my beard fall off. just toasting a Jason impression. Is this performance art? You gotta get your whip, because then Dracula says, I'm gonna eat all these people, and you say, no, you stop that. Pow! You knock that off. I will take all of the wall turkey and all of the items out of the cans. Floating beer! It's spooky! My beard come off. Yeah, when we bought the Toast, when he brought the beard and like, oh, it's got a sticky thing on the back, so you like stick the beard on your face, but it totally isn't. The beard wasn't sticky whatsoever, so we actually had to get tape and tape it to my face.
Yeah, the thing is, it had some sticky tape, and I heard like from reviews like, oh, it's not that sticky. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe it'll work enough for what we're doing here. And then, like, you peeled off the tape, and it was like, okay, this is actually not sticky at all.
Yeah. It's tradition. It is a tradition. Someday, we'll play Castlevania. We'll actually play Castlevania 64 again, and I'll have to just do that the whole time.
And we're going to the first flashback with this grotesque sculpture.
That thing's gross. Why is it in your building?
It's you'll see.
Put that there. Whoever put that there is a mess up. Pretty place.
How long this is? I don't know if I'm on pace to beat it until we're done. We'll see though. I might be able to let go a little bit longer since we started a little bit later.
Yeah. Has it been going faster since you're killing things, or?
I think a little bit, yeah. Although I do have to go back and get bullets. Oh, he's with the lady, and now she was like, "Oh, you remember me? Oh, we had good times. Okay, goodbye." And then he wakes up, and it's gone.
Steamy. Yeah, so, the thing Nintendo Dragon was referring to is, years ago, we actually tried to do a Castlevania marathon, and Phil decided to play Castlevania 64, and he had never played it before, so he's kind of practicing it in the other room, and he's like, I got this game because I'm all about characters with stupid-looking jumps. And so Schneider was just, like, jumping really weird. So I started doing this dumb voice, doodle-doodle-doodle, I'm gonna go fight vampires, blah, 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 which he thought was funny, so I just kept doing it. So then when it came time to actually stream it, him playing the game, I was just kind of doing that dumb voice the entire time.
And now generator is on.
Beyond repair. Of course, it can't be a proper Silent Hill inspired game unless all the locks are broken all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Castlevania Marathon was like 2010. It's funny because there's a bunch of like my speedrunning friends that I didn't really know at the time. Be like, oh yeah, I remember I saw you guys do Castlevania Marathon. Who was that guy that like took 12 hours to try to beat Symphony of the Night and still didn't do it? And I was like, look, okay, Toast was signed in on the last second to play Symphony of the Night because otherwise the person who was going to play it wasn't going to be there.
Yeah.
And so not only had he not played the game, to practice for the marathon, he hadn't played it in years. So this was like just from memory and playing the game. Like, oh yeah, now that makes sense.
Last time I played and beat it was back in college.
Yeah. Yeah, Zalfar said, motorcycle riding skeletons! Yeah. They come out of the ground and start riding motorcycles. It's pretty good. I enjoyed.
So I'm going to stock up on some stuff here with my crazy dream items.
Dream items! I wish I had crazy dream items. You really annoy me. That guy's giving you sass mouth. Are you giving him sass mouth? Sass mouth is happening one way or the other.
I'm going to take a green pill.
What does a green pill do?
It gets you like restorative. Like restorative items.
Mm-hmm.
You talk to the man with a box on his head, I believe, is what he's called. You'll see him.
Box head man? I got a box on his head.
Alright, I'll eat something first. Don't have much eating options.
Start eating people. Eat the monsters that you're fighting. That's a good idea, right? There's meat all over the apartment. It's just, taking up the rooms and trying to kill you. I think it's a good idea. Oh, that guy does have a box on his head.
Man who wears the boxes, right?
Sure. Oh. Yeah, True says hello.
We got to the
Hello.
squid stick. Nope.
Remember, keep those donations coming in. If you donate $100, we'll actually carve a design of your choosing into these pumpkins. We've got a few pumpkins back here. So Romp Scout actually showed up when I was playing Sweet Home, and he donated to have me hold the controller upside down for the rest of the game, which is something I still have to do when I beat if I play the game for my next shift. But he also got to have an alpaca carved into the pumpkin, so he called the man with the box on his head, which is odd because there's no box on his head and his name is Rick. My name is a man with a box on his head.
Flares. I just got one flare. Okay. Let's see how this turns out. I might just kill a bunch of enemies and carve a path and get more bullets. It'll take a bit more time, but it'll be easier.
You have to shoot with gun bullets.
Oh, crap.
So I just want everyone to know that if there's like, for you, it's not need my phone or something. I'm asleep.
Yep.
It's okay to wake me up.
just get an air horn and just jump in there.
I mean, I'm not like Rick, who actually has stuff to do.
I don't know if you going on the ceiling.
So me missing out on sleep isn't good.
Dancing on the ceiling.
Crap, I'm out of bullets.
Run. Or walk
Get outta
briskly,
here.
whichever guy wants to do. Get out of there. Maybe there's a part where it had less monsters but wasn't made out of hamburger.
Alright, well I do have a mirror back here. I think I... Wait, did I just double back? I just did. Okay.
It's going nuts. What is that thing?
I'm not sure if you do anything with that. Or if you, like, can kill it. I think it's just like a weird thing that you just find. Just like a throbbing thing.
Pulsity?
Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Okay, that would explain it.
Go this way. Oh, fall out again.
I think I got all the monsters over here. I think. Go. Might as well do
It's the only Castlevania you play is Castlevania 64 back? Come on now. You should play a better Castlevania. You should play a good Castlevania.
I actually liked Castlevania 64 back in the day.
'Cause I
Like I
couldn't
said,
get into it.
I can't beat the first level now.
It's
It controls
It
really
does.
bad.
It controls like utter garbage, which aggravates me.
The only thing I can figure is when I was a kid, like, all 3D games had bad controls and I was just used to it.
Lester goes, that beard though. Look, this beard's trying to make a run for it, but I'm not letting it escape. It needs to pay for its crimes.
Can I cook him?
Is that a washing
Cooking
machine?
pot.
I saw that Corpse Party was in the eShop on 3DS, but unfortunately it's not actually available yet.
Hmm.
I was gonna buy it.
So now, what exactly are you looking for, Toys?
I'm actually just kind of prepping, getting stuff so that I can go to the elevator and turn that on and then do the running sequence.
Oh, okay.
I used up.
You know, I can't get past the first level on that 64 anymore either, and I got the gold armor in it back in the day, so I don't know what to say.
Now what are you going to try to do then if you're out of stuff?
I'm gonna get more bullets here.
Get more gun bullet?
Yep.
I need to get that other Castlevania 64, the better one.
What, the one with Cornell in it?
The werewolf guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's alright, but, like, oh, you get to use werewolf powers, but it's not really affects anything. Plus, like, since it had to use the same, skeleton, then it's just, he transforms from guy to guy with wolf head. It's not really like, oh, oh man, you're turning into this monster. It's just like, oh, I'm just a dude with a wolf head. Okay. You can even do it after he dies, though, like in the death thing, so that's kind of funny looking. He'll just fall over dead and then turn into a dog for no reason.
I can't complain too much about Castlevania 64. We got it for free.
Got it for free.
It was a $20 game, and we had to cut out the UPC and mail it in to get a $20 rebate.
So there you go. I
need to eat something. Oh, there's some rice pudding. I guess I could cook it, but I'm probably just going to be nuts by the end of this game anyway, so I might as well just
Present day me.
shove it in my face.
Present day me cringes at cutting out UPCs off of their boxes.
Now it's like, no, now the box has got a hole in it.
I still have that box, and it still has a hole in it.
Tape, board it up, put like a band-aid on it. Smash it. Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna replace all my N64 games with the plastic case with a printed out cover.
Yeah. And Blaster goes, wait, why does it say toast display? Southpark says beard culture is so weird. Are you into beard culture? And you people, the beardians, the beardites,
Beardos.
the beardos, the beardo culture.
Okay, I fixed it.
Did you put and a question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
Pretty much.
Why do these monsters have belly buttons? Like, what gave birth to these things? Oh, hold on. This is scary. Too spooky. It's like a little scoot animation. Scoot, scoot.
Seen someone scoot like this before?
I've seen someone scoot like this before. Fruit salad. I like fruit salad. Should participate in those national beard championships where guys have like the beards that are
Yeah.
just entire displays.
Hey, I had a pretty impressive beard a while
I
back.
got another flare. Good. Okay.
You gotta
Wait,
see
did you enter
this.
the national beard championships?
I should have. This beard might have won. But I had to cut it off for work.
Beard work.
Because I got a, well, I cut it off for a 50-cent raise.
I mean, that's 50 cents more. That's vending machine money right there.
An hour.
Yeah,
That's
several trips to the vending machine money.
$4 in a night.
Yeah.
Okay, so thankfully they give you a mirror right before you have to do the big running sequence. So
You got this, Toast. You got this.
I took a sad picture in the mirror in the bathroom right before I shaved it off.
Rip beard.
Pretty much.
see what I box of pills.
Oh, yep, that was a pretty impressive beard. You got beard action.
I got a better picture of it.
Arthur goes, a lot of Twitch streamers are part of beard culture. Oh, yep, it's quite beardy. Look at Chia Pet. Werewolf sounds.
Chia Pet Bar Measure.
Yeah, Chia Beard, yeah.
You know they actually have Duck Dynasty Chia Pets?
Of course they. Why wouldn't they? This is the world we live in now.
Saw one at a thrift store and I was like, why is this a thing?
America.jpg.
America.
So I think, let me see. I'm just gonna go through here just to see what.
Let's see if there's any notes. Notes. Beard OP. I should just wear this every marathon now. Just read my beard. My marathon beard. sequence? Or
Not yet. I'm kind of getting prepped for it.
At least this marathon's not going to be as painful to highlight every game as Zelda was.
man, that was that had so many things to highlight.
Oh my god, I spent 2 days highlighting.
I can't remember if I've done it for our stuff before. I have highlighted done highlighting binges. I just draw and just leave the video on in the background and then realize, okay, that's the start point, that's the end point.
I think in total it took me 6 hours to highlight the whole marathon.
Is a process to do. It's scary. Look at the elevator. Sorry, look at elevator. So tell us how you enjoying the marathon.
What's that?
How are you enjoying the marathon?
I'm enjoying it.
How are you enjoying it? What do you
I'm
like?
enjoying it very well.
What are things that you thought were fun in the marathon?
Can I put a pin on that question? Because I'm about to run from a monster.
No. You have to do it as you're running.
Okay.
Oh crap, it's Saturday. Isn't it? Or is it Sunday?
Sunday.
It's Sunday.
Oh.
Time travel.
Ah, no.
Still upset?
Yes.
Slightly less upset.
So now the monster's gonna come after us.
No, I missed the football game.
Oh no. I need to run. You do need to run.
Don't worry, the count
That thing's scary. Oh.
I was gonna.
Oh no, he's going for you.
I might already be screwed. I might need to restart this.
He's
Oh
coming
man,
for you.
Alabama destroyed Tennessee. Roll Tide.
Get him. Run.
People were saying Tennessee might beat them.
Oh no, he's coming for you. He's coming. Oh no. Go this way. Go that way. Oh! You got this. You got this.
Oh, hello.
He's gonna get you.
I did just save, so if I have to redo this, it's not too big of a deal.
Because he needs to run, but he's just walking fast. Yeah, it's kind of weird. He's just kind of briskly strolling away from the giant monster who wants to kill him.
Oh crap! Got me. Yep. Yeah, I'm dead.
Oh, he can get you while you're looking at the map.
Yep.
Oh, he did
He's
a
like,
dance.
yeah.
You know, the sad thing about Home Improvement is it has a lot of potential in it.
What, the game or the show?
The game.
Okay.
It has a lot of potential to be just amazing.
If it actually well done, it would probably be a cult classic just because of the sheer absurdity of Tim Allen fighting dinosaurs in it.
I think if it was just more player friendly, like unlimited lives
Yeah.
or something, then it would probably be a lot better.
I kept saying that is the classic rental waste game.
Yeah.
Your parents let you rent one game for the weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, I like Home Improvement the show, so the game must be good. And then you play it, and you're just like, oh, right, I wasted it.
Yeah.
Now this is my entire
Now I
weekend.
have to wait another week.
Well, I wasn't having a bad time playing it. It was just so stupid that it took me so long to beat the first level, and then
Mhm.
I game over and had to do the first level again.
Yeah. Yeah, checkpoints for the sub-stages, I think, would have been much better.
And then it has limited continues too.
Yeah.
Which is like doubly frustrating.
This guy says, "I'll join the Olympics when they make taco eating a sport." Agreed. I'll be your competition.
Hot dog eating is a sport.
It's true. Competitive eating. That guy wants to get you. I'm coming for you. don't get
if you
this.
get tricked, that they make you play Monster Party.
I will mercy kill it is at the earliest possible convenience
Oh, I
because
think
can
anybody
first
would,
level.
but I just want to see the first level.
If we can turn on infinite health and infinite lives, I'll totally like try my best to beat it. But there's this one level that's a maze that's almost impossible for me to figure out how to get out of it.
I want to say Punkle actually played it for our last Halloween marathon remotely,
Says we both can't.
and he
Good.
beat it.
That one caveman game. Which one,
Oh,
Jagger?
I screwed myself over. Yeah. Here, see you, buddy.
Goodbye. Not today.
Karnov's not a caveman, he's a Russian.
He's a Karnov.
That game is right up Jazz's alley.
That game's weird. Tumba, yeah.
I think
Tumba love
weird
you.
is an understatement.
No, I'm backtracking, so I need to.
Dragon Dark runs Karnov.
I
Pretty
don't
good.
want to mess it up now. I need to.
So have you looked into that Mega Man base too?
No, I haven't tried it yet. I still need to. First, what I need to do is stream my Mega Man attempt for Mega Man and Base because I still haven't done it yet, even though I said I was going to.
Have you gotten tips from that one guy?
From PJ, no. I'm hoping, like, if I can find a time when he can be in the call with me, he can help me out because he's the only one I know that runs with Mega Man. No person in the right mind plays that game as Mega Man.
I played Mega Man when I played it.
Yeah.
I didn't beat it, but I got. I think I beat all but one of the Robot Masters.
Yeah, it's difficult. Is not easy.
The thing with Mega Man in that game is like early Mega Man games, and it's your first time ever playing a Mega Man game.
Yeah.
It's like it's hard as crap, but once you get a power, any power, you're golden.
Yeah. Karnov was actually based off the devs boss at Data East. Is that true? Musculus? Are you mouse? Because that would be awesome. I want to hear stories where some guy just breathes fire, kicks down the door. I am Karnov. Finish game. Karnov, I don't know about this. Finish game. Picks him up,
Now,
toss him out the window.
The man who wears the box makes a good point. The main character's like, why don't you take off that box? Like, why don't you just take off that box already? The guy's like, I can't take off the box. Otherwise, why would they call me the man who wears a box?
Yeah.
That's your real name. Like, anybody would call you that. Right about something. I'll start thinking.
Ow.
And then you got heal items.
I hope we do a Mega March again.
That March, Mega Man March Minithon was turned into quite a weird
It's funny
scenario.
how the Minithon almost became a week long.
Yeah, it just goes on for an entire week. Why not?
We should just strive to
Crazy
try to
people.
make March an entire month of a marathon, like straight through.
Just as much as possible, just all the streaming humanly possible.
I mean, there's enough Mega Man games to do it.
Yeah.
And I would certainly be down to stream every day.
It's true. Yeah, that Mega Man March that went pretty silly. Space played Rockboard. That's paradise. Only not really. She was just doodling the whole time.
It was probably the
Alright.
most fun I've had with a marathon, except for the Zelda one we just did.
It was pretty good. Of course, it got to the point where I'd wake up and my first thought would be like, I still have to play this game. Someone end my misery.
Hey, at least you beat it.
I beat it, and I didn't save state any of that stuff. The only thing I did save states for was safety save in case the backup, the battery save for whatever reason didn't work.
So since you like taking on impossible challenges that nobody likes to do, when are you gonna do Mega Man Powered Up as Oil Man on hard?
Oh, I haven't even played Powered Up, honestly. I should try it though. Now that it's just unraveled the fabric of making bad decisions, let's just make bad decisions all the time.
Oil Man is my favorite character, but he is objectively the worst character. Because, like, if he was like the boss, he'd be fine. The problem is, while the boss can shoot out 3 blobs of oil, When you're playing as them, you can only shoot out one.
Mm.
If it's on the screen, you can't shoot out another.
That's difficult. Jagger says, have you seen Big Nose Freaks Out? I have, actually. I think it's going to be an HDQ.
Who's Big Nose Freaks Out?
It's a stupid game where he plays a caveman. Big Nose the Caveman. Yeah, there's like, I think Joe and Mac is also going to be a GDQ. We've got some weird caveman theme going on here.
Is the GDQ list finalized, or are they still making
Yeah, the
copies?
one on the site, it's not the schedule, but it's the game list. Is on the site. I think it's right now, it's in alphabetical order.
Oh, man.
Yep.
I can't believe Pokemon Glitches made it.
I think, remember Emerald was on there. I can't remember exactly what's on the list, but I think what's on the site right now is accurate. Pretty
Hopefully,
good.
hopefully Pokemon Glitchless isn't what I think it is, and it'll be more like Ocarina of Time Glitchless, where they still use exploits.
I'm assuming that's what happens because there's got to be something there if they can assure that they're going to beat it that fast.
'Cause, I mean, I know it's only 4 hours, but a glitchless RPG is not really my thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I'm assuming there's some sort of exploit stuff there because otherwise RPGs is pretty difficult to get into the schedule unless it's like the last game on there because finished out on a big RPG. But
Speaking of Ocarina of Time Glitchless, I think that was my favorite run of SGDQ.
it was pretty fun. I enjoy Zelda runs are always awesome.
I sat there and watched that whole run, and I was so into it.
They had some pretty fun runs for the last GDQ. That Mila run for Freedom Planet was pretty great. He was just rocketing through the sky. I enjoyed Pepsi Man, also great.
Pepsi Man!
Pepsi Man.
That guy's Twitter account immediately got like 1 million followers or whatever thanks to that.
Pepsi for pizza.
Pepsi for, what was it, game?
Pepsi for TV game.
Pepsi for TV game.
I want that game so badly, but I don't know if I can even play it. Is PS1 region locked?
The PS1 is region locked, but there's actually, mind you, this was way back in the day, so I can't remember exactly what it was that we bought for it, but there was a thing, like we had an old, like, first run PS1, and there was a thing that we bought, and this was back when I was in high school, so, you know, things are probably easier now, but there's a thing we bought that we actually could plug into the back of it, and, the way it worked was if you put in, and it also came with a tiny spring which fits into that little tooth that pushes down on the inside of it when you close the thing.
Right.
So it plugs into the back of it, and what you did was you put in a local game, like an American game, stick it in there, and let that boot up, and then you have that spring that's fit in there, and so you can open up the PlayStation, and that spring still compresses it, so the PlayStation doesn't quite know that it's like opened up. So, but the disc will stop spinning, and so you wait for the disc to stop, you pull it out, and then you put in the Japanese game, and then close it, and then it will just...
So it's basically
Bypass.
SWAT magic.
Yeah, it just bypasses it. There's probably something even more sophisticated out there now, but that's...
Seems like it's easier to just get a mod chip.
Yeah, so... I'd probably still have that thing, too, if you lose it, but... Pepsi for TV Lone Survivor. This is not hard.
I bought the Pepsi Man shirt, and nobody has caught on that it's Pepsi Man. They just think it's a Pepsi shirt.
It's just a Pepsi. No, it's not just Pepsi, it's Pepsi Man.
And we're gonna dance.
We're gonna dance? I wanna
Yeah.
dance. You guys seems unhappy about dancing.
Probably my favorite shirt from the GDQ is Pepsi Man.
He dancing. Why am I dancing? Why is your guy not dancing? Something wrong with this guy. His dance moves aren't
Yeah.
net. It's like... What's going on? This is scary.
Dancing.
They dancing. They just dancing. Ruined building.
So, did the capture card die again?
Capture card?
I noticed somebody changed the name of it.
I do not know. That's the last thing I saw about capturing stuff was when the CDI was giving everything trouble. We couldn't do it, so I don't know. Other than that,
Well, when I got here and they were setting up still, the capture card just completely died. It wouldn't capture anything.
Nice.
We had to uninstall the drivers and reinstall them.
Excellent.
And I was actually on the troubleshooting from their website. And the next step was make sure you have the correct input selected. It's like, shouldn't that come before? I mean, I'm not an engineer, but it's, I think it makes more sense.
Seems like it would. More intuitive. Are you getting saved your game?
Yeah. I am out of blue pills. I need to get more ammo, so I'm just going to search for ammo. I kind of used up, to get where I am now, I kind of burned through a bunch of flares and stuff, so we'll see how this turns out.
You
I'm sure I
got
can
this,
find
Toast.
items.
You're the lone survivor.
I am.
You're a survivor.
It was fun trying to search for stuff on this game after the movie came out, too, by the way. Not that I'm bitter.
I wish we could work out a deal with like Fangame or something to print our shirts, like our TSG shirt.
Oh yeah, well I mean, we still did that stuff with them for the Zelda Marathon where we got to do the Hyrule No World service, which is I
Yep,
enjoy.
Very nice.
That makes me happy.
Like this is a shirt that I want reprinted
Oh yeah,
because I mean
that's fake Mega Man.
this one has seen better days.
Yeah, mine looks pretty much like that. Mine is. Oh, there's a kitty.
I don't know if I'm kind of playing a more insane run, and I don't know if I'll have the time to you can adopt the cat basically.
Oh, kitty.
I love my TSG man shirt.
Yes, demon. Yeah, mine also is pretty torn up. I think I only wear it when I'm doing
Probably
the laundry now.
And I missed out on that hoodie. That hoodie's amazing.
Oh yeah, the hoodie. I need to make a new one. The hoodie's like outdated. We need a new hoodie. I do like it though. Oh no, Beard Escape. Beard Flyway.
Oh, whoops.
That way? Oh no, that thing's got a problem.
I think it's like, I got no bullets is the problem.
No gun bullets.
Okay.
Let's drag with Giddy. Very good street. Why don't you go to the gun store?
Well, the thing is, that's where Hank is, and the thing is, I got to give him blue pills to get more bullets. The thing is, I kind of used them all up. Hopefully, this dude will walk out of the way enough because there's I think this is where the store is, and you can find stuff here.
Cozy or something like that.
Did you ever play Street Fighter Cross Mega Man?
I have played it, yeah, on my computer. I was gonna play it during one of our Mega Man marathon things, but
Yeah, we couldn't get it to work.
Crap.
yeah, so I went with Mega Man DOS instead, which is pretty good.
Flare. I've only got one flare. Jeez, Louise.
I was interested in that game until I found out they had a boss, like a secret boss that you had to defeat the final boss without
There's
taking a
a-
single hit in order to encounter. I'm like, well, this just got stupid.
The game, like, I had fun with the game, but it is very obviously a fan game. There's some sort of weird, like, balance issues that sort of kind of impede it.
It's
In a
funny
way.
because another fan game that Mega Man Unlimited is like way better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got its issues too, don't get me wrong. But it feels like a real Mega Man game.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Street Fighter Cross Mega Man has like Chun-Li stage is like 3 screens long.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Yeah, there's some weird choices in it. It's a cute idea, and it was funny the way they pulled it off. But yeah, I think you could have done with a little bit of extra tweaking. No, it's not a fighting game, Jagger. It's a Mega Man game with Street Fighter characters. It's very weird. It's very weird.
Because the fatties just kind of move around randomly. Is the thing. Hopefully, he won't notice
As
me.
they want to do.
Okay, so good. I think wire cutters. Yeah, I did need wire cutters. So that works out. And hide.
Yep,
Okay, this
hide
is actually
through
going
there.
pretty well.
You
Thankfully,
got
once I got the wire cutters and all the stuff here, I don't need to go down this hallway again. So hopefully, let's.
What do you use the wire cutters for?
It's for a later part. There's before you get to the final boss, there's like an upturned bus. There's like a bus you got to get through, and so it's like one of the items. Basically, you need like 3 items to get through that last part to go to the last part of the game.
What's in there? Yeah, so where are you like in this part of the story in the game? What are you trying to do here?
I am basically just trying to explore the city, both get items so that I do not die, and then I'm basically, at first, if you don't know where to go, I'm just exploring. But I know I'm trying to get to that last part, and so I'm just trying to get all the items so that I can do that last part, and also just trying to find bullets and stuff to survive and get through here. Crowbar. I want the bullets.
Yeah.
I think he'll walk over all the way and then I can grab the bullets.
Yeah, far away. Oh yeah, he was walking next to bullets. I see it. Little exit things go up.
Grab.
Run away. Bad times.
Shoot.
Now for good part, he's not very strong. I wonder how he'll get through a whole bus of them. Oh, did you do that guy?
He's
Is
like
he crying?
he's like spitting at me.
Oh, he's like got blood face. Oh no.
Crap. Yeah. Forget it. I only have 1 flare, but I had to do it. Oh well. So I got the crowbar, I got the wire cutters. Wait, there's a question mark here? Do I need to... There's something go down that way? I don't think so.
Break a window. This guy should break some of these windows. So you can get into the different buildings here. Like, oh, I need the key. You don't need a key. Key is your fist.
Yeah.
There's a window. Remember, guys, if you get your donations in, all the money goes straight to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. They help children with cancer and the families of children with cancer. They help not just with their treatment, but they help take care of room and board for their family so they can live nearby, which is pretty important to a kid who's having to go to the hospital for cancer. So all of that money goes straight to that. Actually, JD and Rob both went to the St. Jude Summit a while back. You got to see all the good work that they do. So it's pretty excellent cause, pretty worthy cause. So if you get anything in, that's fine. $5 gets you entered to a raffle for a prize pack until 9 p.m. $100, we will carve something into a pumpkin for you if you want. We can have our own little jack-o'-lantern. We can light them up during the nighttime. So get that money in.
Okay.
Oh, those guys fall down.
It did fall down.
Fall down. Zombies fall down. Or whatever those are. Creatures.
Inside out one.
Inside out. The inside out and then fall down. When you first played this game, were you pretty scared by it, or was it just...
Yeah, it was pretty freaky. It was pretty tense, too. It is a very tense
Did you
game.
shriek like a child every time something jumped out at you?
There were parts where I was kind of like... It wasn't so much like scary like that, but it was more like, oh god, what is that? You know, kind of thing.
I'm hungry. This log is broken. I'm in the apocalypse. I hate this. We all got problems, dude.
I wonder if the director has anything.
Did you get to read the Sleepy Cat comics? That's that part.
Oh, yeah, I haven't read any of those yet. I should. So what's my time? If they give me extra time since I started late, I might actually be able to beat this. Let's see here,
What
though.
time do you have to end usually?
Well, it's normally at 3, but since I started more around like 11, like what? I started more around 11:30 than 11, so we'll see.
Might be able to beat it if you get those 3 minutes.
Maybe.
You cooking a thing. You cooking a food. These chicken nuggets I found on the ground outside will be delicious now that I've cooked them.
It's beans.
No beans. Chicken nuggets are full of beans. That's weird. Oh, that's weird. So you excited for Pokemon Sun and Moon coming out?
Oh, I'm super excited. If it is kind of more of the same, it's Pokemon, so I'm always good with it. Even if it's kind of samey. But I don't know, like from the stuff I've seen of them, they seem to be like maybe trying a lot of different ideas, doing a lot of stuff like different with like the kind of doing it, and all the Alolan forms are either adorable or awesome or both. I've heard some people are complaining about them. They're wrong. I hope they realize the error of their ways.
Alolan forms are pretty cute. Like the world of this game sure seems stressful, but you know what they say? That's paradise! Me and Space were saying that a lot when we were playing Mega Yeah, Sun and Moon. I think I'll be getting Moon. Lunala. Got pretty star bat thing. Oh, those Pokemon are so cute.
They are pretty
Just
adorable.
released pictures of a dragon that's part fighting, part dragon. This is fighting dragon!
What's the normal dragon? Was it Drampus or whatever
Yeah,
it's called?
Grandpa. He's Grandpa.
I'm probably not actually going to read them. I will,
So is he looking for Garfield comics? Is that what he wants? Sleepy Cat?
yeah, Sleepy Cat. No, this is Sleepy. The cat plush is actually Sleepy Cat. But I find these Sleepy Cat comics, so I can give to him. Oh yeah, he gives you cat food, and then you can use the cat food to like adopt a cat.
Kitty.
And in a pinch, I mean, it might make me go, "Oh, it's a ESP."
Yeah, oh, like a P. That's funny.
So I can actually like to do like to help with sanity or like keep your sanity if you're trying to do like a Super Saiyan run or whatever. You can do things like take a break and like go into your room and like play a game or like read a comic. You know, it's like normal type stuff. You know,
Yeah.
kind of relax a little in the midst of whatever the heck's going on in this world.
Dragon says, you have an opinion on Type Null and the evolution. I think it's adorable. Type Null looks like he's in a Castlevania game. He's got a little mask on his head. And then he smashes it and says, "No, I will be my own guy." And he changed types.
I think I will
That's cute.
actually. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to leave that rotting. Sorry. Can I unload if it's already got built?
I've only got 28 minutes left to download the stuff for Fatal Frame.
I bet that game's super scary. Fatal Frame 1 and 2 are cool. Fatal Frame 3 is not. It's just kind of a confusing, weird mess.
When I went to Anime Week in Atlanta, there was this one guy that had video games and he had Fatal Frame 1 and 3, and I was like, why don't you have 2?
The running gag for 2 is that, for me, is that it stars these twins, and that's like a huge deal, is that they're twins. But neither one of them emote at all, no matter what is going on, and so it was just non-stop of like a ghost would almost kill one of the twins, and the other one just, oh my god, oh no, there's a ghost there, we should get the camera, we should go, oh god. And the whole time we just started yelling at the screen, care about your situation more,
Yeah.
act like human being.
I think that's
Descretin or Descriton? I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce that. Sorry. Says, is he killing monsters? He is. He's doing Crazy Boy route. He's doing Crazy Boy times.
Yeah, I am still running low on bullets on the phone. But we'll see. I'll keep working at it. At this point, it's just a matter of me getting to the right places, and getting enough items to get through the areas, get through the monsters.
Yeah. Death's crouton. I would not eat Death's croutons in a salad. the girls from Fatal Frame 2 should act more like the pair kids from Home Movies. I would play that game, Jagger. I would play that game.
Shoot.
Yeah, Jazz, I wish when I was playing it, I was feeling like we could have heard the goofy sound effects.
Oh, I've played the game before. I rented it when it was new. It's been so long though, but
It's like you honk when you die, things just go, you jump on them.
it's like
Sound effects are just great.
Death Scream goes, or like Death Skeeton, but yeah, it's pronounced Death Scream. I was 12. I couldn't spell them out. It's like, don't worry, Don't worry, we can form a cabal of people who came up with their internet names when they were young and then just don't change them. Yeah. Don't you worry about that. We're accepting.
Oh,
It's
you mean
very
bring the cat
empathetic
out
situation. Hello, kitty.
You're my cat.
Just eat the cat food.
It's a shame I had to mercy kill Adam's family, but that ain't no hard.
That game is way too difficult.
It was like Ghosts and Goblins difficult. You get 2 hits.
I think you can get more life up, can't you?
If I remembered the secret to just get as many lives as you want, it would have been more bearable, I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember that secret. I'm pretty sure that's how I beat it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
There's like this room that just respawns 1-ups every time you go in.
Yep. Death Screen goes, I beat this game once. The ending confused the hell out of me. Would you say that's accurate?
Yep, it's pretty accurate.
That's pretty accurate.
Is that a brain slug?
It's like a pile of flesh. This is upset. I'm not gonna eat that food. That thing wants to hurt you. I don't like that thing.
Surprised we didn't have RPG making games on the list.
Witch's house. One. Toast String Flesh Child on a.
There's one that Alan
Can I get out here?
It's like Curse of the Mad Father or something.
Oh, that sounds scary.
Yeah, Mad Father is, I think it's about like a girl. It's like her crazy
Or Mad Father?
experimenter. Or yeah, he like experiments, or you know, he's a like mad scientist or something. So I don't know. I haven't played it, but yeah, Mad Father. Oh my god. I need to find more items. I might be
Bex
dying.
goes, oh, that smile when he's in the background. All here's Johnny.
Yep.
You smiley boy.
Ow.
Oh, I'm trying to hit you. He's scooting.
Oh, forget it.
He's
I'm out
scooting.
of here.
Screw this. Gone. Oh, there's several people in the chat that really like Mad Father. I want to try this out then. Cookies. I like cookies. Good gamers like cookies. I like cookies.
Well, thankfully, I've gotten an item I need here, and I'm pretty sure I never have to go down that way again. I'm just out of flares and bullets. I'm not optimal here.
You're not optimal.
I'm not. I mean, I can still beat it. I don't think I'm like lost it yet, but I'm not optimal. I need more blue pills. Oh, there's the box of pills in my bathroom. Forgot about that.
Box of tools in the bathroom. You sneaky.
Trying.
Sneaking around that guy. Walking away.
Goodbye.
Walk away. Walk on the other side. Man, that's way too many flesh monsters in this town. This town needs to knock this off. You quit it with your weird flesh monsters.
Crap. Oh, we got a mollify him, maybe? Okay, go ahead.
Give me a hamburger. What do you want from me? Run away. Yeah, so one game that I wanted to bring, but we couldn't get it to work because of the way this setup is going. But I think I'm going to string it on TSG for this is Night Trap. We're going to have Night Trap night.
Yeah. Watch out behind you.
I mean, we couldn't stream
Night
it
Trap.
because nobody told me to bring my Sega CD.
I brought another way to play it.
Right.
I starting around. I brought the
thing
means
is,
to play it.
I have the old style,
Yeah.
so it's like this wide.
Yeah, the same with the CD next to
And
it.
it's also modified, so I don't know how well that would work either, so that I can capture it for the rest of the video.
Yeah. So, so Death Screen, since you're looking at the schedule, so the way this works, our schedule is kind of weird for this particular marathon. So it's trick or treat. We have a bucket, and you pull out a slip of paper, and if it says trick, then the audience picks your game that you're going to play. They'll vote on it. And if it's Treat, then you get to pick the game. So Toast got Treat, and so he's playing Lone Survivor. When he got Tricked, the audience picked a Resident Evil remake that he played for a little bit. Oh man, so Night Trap. So I got Night Trap working, you guys. I did, and we were gonna play it. I even brought. I even looked up like exact timestamps of when each monster was on the cameras, and that game is stupid. Yep, JD's also bringing up the prize pack. I have been plugging this, JD. They have a prize pack at 9 p.m. If you have $5 or more and you get entered into it. I've been showing the prizes. I'll show them a little bit more. I'll show them more a little bit later. But yeah, I've been showing these on camera. But just for example, coasters, Slender Man. There's a few other things in here. Oh, Lisa, that wouldn't necessarily be considered a horror game, but we totally did on my channel anyway.
Is that the Earthbound wannabe?
The Earthbound Mother 3 looking.
That is a rough game, so no matter what. So,
I've got that on my Steam wish list.
I still need to play through that, but that game is like you get a like the real ending or whatever, at least on the first part, not the DLC part. If you play it like where like save points go away when you use them, and like deaths are permanent and stuff. So I've been trying to play that, and that is friggin' tough.
Wait, you can turn it into Fire Emblem?
Basically, yeah. There's like they call it like painful mode,
as opposed to the fun joyous times that you get playing Lisa anyway. Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know what Night Trap is, years ago, back when the game first came out, it was actually lumped together with like Mortal Kombat and Doom type games. Like, these games are destroying our children, and
I heard Night Trap's the reason they created the ESRB.
Yeah, it's like one of the reasons. Yeah, like everyone was scared of Night Trap, despite the fact that nobody had a Sega CD, and anyone did, no one in their right mind would play Night Trap because the game is garbage.
Now we're in a Super Flat world, which is Super Flat Games is the maker of this game.
Oh, that's cute.
And so you're going to see a bunch of arcade. You're going to see.
There's
it's a game about illness and death, and so you can see it's
Soundless Mountain.
It's from Soundless Mountain. Soundless
Mountain
Mountain
2,
2, which is based on that. That was what's called a demake, when it's like you take a more modern day game, and then you make it like it were an older game, like Fortress, like the Team Fortress 2 one. I forget what it's called. Guard Garrison or something like that. But it's like that. And so Soundless Mountain 2 was that version of doing that for Silent Hill 2, and that basically became this game. So.
Definitely, it's weird that it's in an arcade.
It's a ghost story of some kind, and let's see, which is it? Action Enlightenment. So these are all, let's see, so what is it, SB, I forget what this is called, but this is another game we made. I think it's on the, oh, yep.
Oh, there's a game going. What the?
XOR. So these are all games that like are actually made there, and this is Lone Survivor.
Another game
about
zombies.
It's a game about a boy and a girl. It's about a kind of simulation. It's a game about monsters. Yeah, so he says different stuff. So yeah, it's like to contribute to insanity. Like I could eat the rat if I wanted to.
Who doesn't want to?
I am low on food that I can just eat. I guess I'll just eat the cat food. Go nuts right now.
That's a bad aftertaste.
I guess I could eat the ground meat. Raw.
I regret eating that.
Whoops.
Was he going crazy?
And here we're meet the white-faced man again.
A weird line. No, again?
Ooh, we got a donation.
Let's check on that donation. Major Skills donated $5. Well, Major Skills, you are entered into the raffle for the items. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Alright.
Oh, so...
No, I was just I'm just explaining this area.
So yeah, so Night Trap, everyone was scared to death of Night Trap, even though clearly nobody had actually played it, and nobody would want to. But Night Trap, people say, oh, this sounds kind of familiar, but the premise to Night Trap was you checked all the cameras in the house to see if monsters were there, and to stop them if you saw any. But the premise is pretty much shot down by the fact that first off, the actual like that's the gist of it. But the story is that 5 girls or the 4, I don't remember, like 4 girls I think are going to stay the weekend at that big mansion that this couple owns. And one of the girls is like a secret agent or something. Dana Plato plays a secret agent or something.
So there's this SWAT type team called SCAT, and she's not like a secret. You know, it's dumb, but like she's not a secret agent per se, but she's like working with SCAT.
She's like an undercover operative of some sort.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if she actually is part of SCAT or if it's just like, you're going to this, we're going to recruit you to like be our boy.
No, she's she's apparently part of their group.
She is okay.
So this strike force is like watching the house from outside from in a surveillance van, and instead of charging in there with guns, which they do eventually do, but instead of just running in there, they want you, the player, to take this, and in the Sega CD case, a Sega controller, and take control of all the house's traps that are set up. And the traps in the house are just like stupid trap doors that has like a fog machine in them, or like a bed that ejects you out the window, and stupid things like that. And so these 4 girls plus Dana Plato are in the house, and the couple that owns the place says like, we have to visit the augurs. Oh, we have to feed the augurs tonight. And I guess the main couple are supposed to be vampires, but they don't really ever act very vampiric. Yeah. And so the augurs are these monsters that live in the house, but the monsters are obviously just guys in like overcoats with like wearing pantyhose on their head. It's like not even a monster costume.
Look, it's a Pizza Bell.
Oh, it's Pizza Bell. The monsters at Pizza Bell. Turn on. If you think if you want to try sneaking around,
there's not a sneaky place around here though. No Crab Shack. I can sneak here though, but just past that one guy.
Is Pizza Bell anything like a Kentucky Fried though?
It looks. It's a combination Pizza Hut Taco Bell, which I want Taco Pizza. Taco Pizza's good.
I'm at the Pizza Hut.
I'm at the Taco Bell.
I'm at the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
Oh, there you go. Jack started. I'm at the Pizza Hut. So this the story of Night Trap. So I guess what's going on is the vampires invited or something, like it's unclear how the girls know the vampire family, but they invited them or whatever to stay at the house, so they could become, so they could, I guess, kill them and feed them to the augur monsters. But the only way to get the monsters out or to keep the girls safe is to check the video cameras and see if a monster's on there, and then you press a button when they're near a trap, and the trap door will open and catch them. And that's the only way, I guess, to solve this problem. And if you don't do it, so during the playthrough of the game, you'll see on the different screens what, it's supposed to be surveillance cameras, I guess, of people talking. And stuff is going on simultaneously when important plot points are happening. So you have 2 options in the game. You can either actually understand the context of what is happening in any capacity, or just look around the cameras non-stop for monsters for apparently no reason. So, and the acting is great, and it has the best song ever, is when the girl starts singing Night Trap. Coming to find you, Night Trap. And Bossy goes, Night Trap is an Airbnb or vampires. Yeah, kinda. It is a mess of a game, and obviously the acting is terrible, and obviously the effects are just terrible. And there's a counter in the corner that says how many monsters are in the house.
I'll fix that.
Oh, it still says Alien Isolation? Oops.
I thought I had changed it.
On the Twitch page,
I
guess.
changed it.
On the
I hit update. Maybe it just didn't take.
Whatever. Sometimes it does that, or as best I can tell from my
If you've been here a while, you'll have to refresh for it to change that.
I see. Interesting. These are the greatest costumes are in this game, man. What costumes? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm toast. My jokes suck. I like to eat at Cane's. Sometimes. Other times I do not. Other times I am playing Persona or watching anime or reading anime in book form.
Look at this Pokemon. It's squishy.
I enjoy squishy Pokemon as well because I agree with everything you say because you're awesome.
I drew a thing. It's squishy in big squishy letters. Mwah. So yeah, that's one of the things. This is a bit cruel, but with the way I'm playing it, I just got to get through this. So the idea is you give Hank the blue. Ooh, donation.
Keep going and I'll.
So you give Hank the blue pills because he's like turning into one of these like crazy monsters that you're seeing. But the idea is, it's like, you know, the blue pills you get sent to, like, so, you know, we know that getting the blue pills, getting ammo from them is basically, you know, it contributes to insanity. So you're basically, like, by your actions, basically encouraging him to just kind of keep turning into one of these monsters to get ammo. Which is, like, a not really nice thing to do. So that kind of contributes to your insanity, that you're basically contributing to him turning into a monster. Now, I think the other option is you can give him green pills and he won't get ammo from that. Or I think it maybe gives you flares instead or something. I don't know. But like the idea is like the green pills are better for him.
Well, can you stop
and they're not contributing to the violence. I don't know if you can stop him, but it's like it's basically. I made some sliced cheese. Sorry, I'm just. I don't know if you can cure him, but like you giving the pills is like it'll like ameliorate. It's like more like it'll help him not be as bad or like not go as fast. So it's more of like it's like less. It's the nicer option, even though it gives you less advantages.
But now you're gonna be mean so you get that ammo.
Yeah, I feel bad about it. There's one
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, and you know, but I mean, you know, it's not totally evil because you know, I mean. I don't think there is a way to cure him, so I think, you know, he's going to turn into a monster anyway, so, you know, there's gray areas there, but yeah. But that's what one of the examples about, like you can actually, like, light, the monster's not, like, light. So you can, oh, wait, I need to go back and talk to the director again. You can, like, if you talk to Hank and you turn on your light while you're talking to him, that's like you, like, torturing Hank, basically. And that'll like, get counted as, like, well, did you keep torturing Hank? That's, like, it'll show, like, how you're not that nice of a person. So, you know.
See, that donation one, by the way, was $5 from SS Rules, and it says, I need to save my money to live. Oh dear. But since this spoopiness is for our cause, here's $5 to St. Jude. I hit the button. St. Jude for me. Also, hashtag brain should be our Twitch raid message if we choose to raid somebody at the end of the marathon. That's a good idea, actually. From the guy behind 420 Twitch clips. Yeah, SS Rules makes clips of so many things. He's so prolific. It's kind of amazing. I can't even wrap my brain around it. It's so helpful though too. I do it. I appreciate you. I appreciate SS Rules. Oh, there's a Delvor said, I heard this came from the bathroom, and that's where the Mortal Kombat level complaints came from. Pretty ladies in a house having a slumber party with a bathroom cam. So what? The main thing was that the girls are in their underwear, but they're not in their underwear. They're just kind of just wearing sleep clothes. Like they're just like it's not even revealing or anything. They're just in sleep clothes. And sometimes if the monsters and Night Trap will get them, there's not even any violence. It'll just be like, and she's like, It's like the end of that. So it's bizarre.
Sleep real quick.
SS Rule goes away. Sanity? No. SS Rule says there's sanity in this game, and Jagger says it has an effect IRL too. For example, Jazz progressively thinks she's really toast. But who is who?
You know what? Since I'm going full insanity, might as well do it. I'm gonna cook a rat and eat it.
Cook rat and eat it. Nom 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 nom.
I am low on food I can actually make too, because like the ground beef, like what sucks is that certain foods you can't make unless you get like the ground beef I can't cook. It's just raw now. I can't cook it unless I have like a frying pan, I think, or like certain items. But I can just cook a rat.
Okay, let's cook. All right, Walter White.
Fried rat.
Fried rat. I still appreciate
Delicious.
USS rules. That screen says, I hear cooked rat, and this isn't too bad. Oh no.
Okay,
You know who I'm following during the apocalypse? People who know how to survive eat rats.
Let's see.
Get rat burgers.
I think I know where to go.
How close are you to the end?
I think I'm pretty close. Sure, I'm at. Okay, I'm over there. So I got flares now. So I mean, bullets of course are good, but they can only take down so many enemies when they're grouped up like this. I mean, I can't really go back really, but I can do this. Oop, and now I can walk past.
Those guys are freaking out. They're doing their unhappy dance. Rat burglars.
Oh.
Alright,
Oh, I thought it
so
was a hiding spot. Okay.
so you guys, so are you guys a frequent channel? This is the first time I've ever heard of you folks. Well, actually, Descreen, interesting you bring that up because there are new people here, so I should probably explain a bit. So this is TSG.TV, also known as TheSpeedGamers, but we're not actually speedrunners. We do have some speedrunners in the group, but it's not like a speedrunner group. We do marathons, video game marathons for charity, a whole bunch. We have, you know, at minimum like 2 marathons a year, but sometimes we'll go to like 3 or 4. And every time we pick a different charity, I mean sometimes we'll redo charities, but we pick a different charity and raise money just for them. The money always goes straight to the charity. We don't take any of it or process it ourselves. It just goes straight to them. And yeah, and we've done let's see how we've been doing this for like 7 years now, but we've done a whole bunch of marathons. It's usually different series. For this, it's a little bit different because it's just like Halloween type games in general. But we've done Final Fantasy, Mario, Mega Man, Pokemon. Jeez, we did like a long time ago. There was Metal Gear, but that was like super duper long time ago.
Halo.
Yep, Halo. Yeah, Halo was the super old one too. Sonic. We do mini-thons too, where people remote stream. So we've done like Kirby and Donkey Kong. To that effect for like smaller series. Yeah.
So I'm actually going to so like if you're more insane, I think it's like if you're like going insane, it'll be like, you know, it's like, oh, looking good, or it's like I'm okay, or I'm a little tired, but like now I looked at the mirror to like transport, it's like I don't like to look at your damn face, you know. So,
So he's going crazy.
Yeah.
Off this moves.
So I'm actually I might actually be on pace to beat it pretty soon here.
Yay!
Since I started a bit late, I'll just keep playing. And if who's up next? Is it Bear?
Yeah, I think so. She'll probably
If
be
Bear
okay
pops
with
in,
you.
we'll work it out. But I think I might be able to beat this, which would be
Ooh.
nifty.
So yeah, we during our marathons we have like prizes to give out, and we'll do little stunts.
Leave
and
me
things
alone,
like that.
you.
Oh
So,
no,
yeah, now
he's
going nuts.
upset. That guy's got a
I
problem.
did just eat a fried rat, so you know, there's
Just-
that.
I wouldn't want to look at myself in the mirror either. Fried rat. So yeah, you know, we give out prizes. We have commentary. We'll do silly stunts and stuff. There's a lot of times when people say like, you know, we'll say donate this amount, and we'll, you know, throw pies at each other's faces, or
Yeah.
you know, throw this much money at the charity, and we'll do something crazy in the game, or you know, we'll have a water balloon fight, or you know, in this case, this time we're carving pumpkins.
Oh, here's
Oh,
here's
dear.
Mother.
What? You go away. I don't like. Oh no, you're a mantis face. You go away. Oh my god. We'll see. Not like the. It's like, I don't like it. Shoot out your kneecaps there. Oh no, poking head. This screen is like, oh cool, I wish I heard about you guys earlier, and then it's like, what the hell is that thing?
I might need to take another spin at this thing. I forget how to actually beat this. Oh, oops. Oh, crap.
Monster Manager.
Yep.
Guess those rules don't like it. Oh no!
Crap. Atomic.
Nice. Be happy now. Oh no.
I think it's running away now. I think if you do so many flares, it runs away, or if you do so much damage. think I might have gotten it. Nope. It's going away.
Walking away. And done. Monster's done. Oh dear.
It's the director. Oh no.
Oh no. I got beat up. What happened to him?
Rob.
This is our great costumes, Rob.
Oh, man. That's great.
See, Rob enjoys
Yeah,
it.
I'm wearing Anna's typical bandana. You know that she always wears.
Yeah,
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 no,
yeah.
I know anything.
Yeah, the one. Anna Bandana, they named it after me, man.
Hey Rob, I have a proposal for you.
Oh dear.
Like this.
That's
This is the second proposal you made on camera, so
that's bigamy.
Comes up with a big friend.
I'll give up a tiny segment of my next shift if you'll fight Bongo Bongo.
I will fight Bongo Bongo. When's your shift?
I think it starts at 2. You can take up the beginning.
2 in the morning?
Right, I'm just
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'm just about to beat Lone Survivor.
Oh, he's gonna
I'm
beat
just
it.
about to get to the end.
That is if the chat wants to see Rob
Is there a big
fight Bongo
spoiler at the
Bongo.
end?
Kind of. I mean, the game's so surreal that you could watch the ending and I think
Yeah,
not
the game's
really
like-
be spoiled.
Like it's like a weird dream almost.
Plus, I'm doing the insane. I'm doing the insane and more insane ending, and you know,
Okay.
it could be, you know, yeah.
Did they bring back Cardboard Rob as a zombie? We were actually gonna do that. We were gonna get the different pieces of Cardboard Rob and do like the Castlevania. This is Dracula's rib and like make it Rob.
This is the very end, you said.
But
You
didn't
now
do
possess Dracula's rib.
yeah, you have to process Rob's rib.
We had torchy tacos. It was delicious.
Torch stock is always delicious.
So I just got to go to the end of the row here.
Oh, I would like
Just
to.
those flares.
Yeah, I mean, we just had to
Just
go
gonna
there.
flare. Goodbye.
Come straight in.
Toast has got this. He's the lone survivor.
Yeah.
I gotta put blood on his face.
Hope that's the song for this
Get out of here.
I'm pretty sure. it
Goodbye.
is.
80s metal band.
Oh,
It's this way, right? So yeah. So now I just got to go to the hospital.
It's a Mexican guy and Anna.
Yes, a Mexican fellow. We're dressed as each other. I'm Toast. I agree with everything Anna says because she's the best.
That's very, very like him.
Accurate, yeah.
Yeah.
Squishy fuzzy, yay!
Kitty. Kitty dancing.
Goodbye, kitty.
Goodbye,
I
kitty.
gotta beat the game. So goodbye, kitty.
what's this?
There's white stuff in the air. What's this? What's this?
I think, like, when Tim Burton first suggested to Disney that he wanted to do Nightmare Before Christmas, I really hope his pitch was, okay, now listen, it's gonna be considered like this weird cult thing for about 15 years, and then it's gonna explode for no reason, and everyone's just gonna love it, just be completely obsessed with it. It's gonna be really huge in Japan. Just
All right.
trust me. Just trust me.
I'm
Is it
just
huge?
I'm
Yeah.
I'm right at the ending here. So
Ooh.
let's see. Once
Let's
I go
see.
into
Let's
this
see what
last
happens.
room, we'll see the ending. It's probably gonna be the red ending. I'm betting. Thanks, Rob.
That's how he encourages. So Rob, what do you think that guy's face? What do you think about that guy's face? The main character
I
of the
hate
game
you
he's
all.
playing as.
I think it's covered up by a mask of some sort.
So it actually is a surgical mask, but
Surgical
when Toast was playing this like years ago, a bunch of
He had like eyes.
a bunch of the speedrunner people were like, it looks like he's smiling real big, and
Yeah.
anybody who said it
Oh,
was
yeah.
cheesing.
You can kind of see it.
It's cheesing super hard.
Yeah, yeah. So then after that, it just started spreading. Everyone was like, it does look like he's smiling. And Toast was like, no.
Which really helps the atmosphere of the game. It's really good.
He's a smiley guy. He happy.
He's just so happy. It's the white ending.
See, look how happy he is.
He does. It's crazy. I can't unsee it now.
Exactly. That's the thing that drives Toast crazy. Everyone's like, I can't unsee it. You got shifty eyes.
Yeah, he looks like psychotic.
Yeah, if it's a smile and he looks crazy. Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna go this way.
He's the lone survivor.
He's the lone survivor. Oh, he's not. Who's this old person?
Let's go for the future.
Who else would I be? Who are you? Yeah, we didn't see much of this guy, so I don't know who this guy is.
We did see a lot of them. We took a lot of blue pills to get billets.
That's not talking, that's laughing.
Ah, it's this guy.
I'm laughing at my dad.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Man, he thinks it's so funny.
Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
I think he's making fun of you.
Pretty much.
Oh, you gotta shoot him. That's the spirit. Look at me now, you.
Rick called me. He wants to talk to you.
Keeps repeating
Forget
everything you say
me.
the
He
fucking
wants to
time.
talk to you.
You know who the real
Oh, he shot that guy.
And
Okay.
That guy fell down.
Yep.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are not.
I almost got that little like multi-tool thing. I was like, oh, this is a little knife.
That
Oh,
one.
maybe. I mean, that's
Just
not
to do
a huge
better
deal
than
if you just want
that.
to give me updates. You can have it on the TV over there, right? Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, don't worry
Oh,
about
what's
it.
happening?
It's
This is scaring me. I don't like it. This is scary. That's spooky.
Yeah. It's all good, man. Yeah, I didn't think about it either. Yeah, if something big happens at like the end of the game, I might swap up with somebody.
and like so you can see like his face is switching.
Oh no, it's turning into that guy.
So is the guy in blue him? Is he? Who are they?
All right, man. Sounds good. Yeah, we're about to get rated, I guess, too, right? During the shift. Maybe.
How did I get here?
Nice. Awesome. All right, man. We'll talk to you in a year. All right, bye.
That's literally why he called me. He just got off work. He's like, hey, do you know who's
Oh, he did try to call me. I
He's
think
like,
my
I tried to
phone's
call
inside.
Rob. Priorities, right?
Rob had
See, it
the.
was so bad.
And that is one of the endings to Lone Survivor.
Yay! What a spooky, scary game.
And I finished it. And I finished it.
That's
I finished
like the
it
credits
pretty-
rolling.
Considering I started late and I played an hour of another game, I finished it pretty well
Yeah,
on
you did
time.
good. Good work. You got to play the game you wanted.
Now I want to. We're not done yet though, because once it fits, I don't know if it'll have to scroll the whole thing or. Oh, it's pausing it. Okay, let's finish that. Because I want to show you guys all of the factors that you play through, like what factored into what type of ending, how insane you are. It'll give you a whole readout, and it's amazing. Like, because they don't give you like meters and stuff saying like, oh, your insanity is going up, but your like they don't do that. But pretty much everything you do in the game, like absolutely everything, contributes to your mental health, what ending you get, how certain scenes in the game go, things like that.
I think I said it right, but I think you said it more right.
Thanks,
I think you
Rob.
said it righter. I think that's what the ending should be. You just sitting there with the girl, and she's just like, "Oh, aren't you glad to be here?" No, I'm so glad. See, there you go.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I'm trying to skip past it.
Again by Jasper Byrne. Well, don't worry. I mean, there's still some.
That's true.
So we got a little bit of time.
Well, I'm glad I was able to finish it. It's too bad I wasn't able to play Eversion, but I think once I think it probably next week or next weekend after the marathon.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I might just well, no, I'll be out next weekend because of the thing. Maybe even on the weekend of Halloween. I think for my toasty time, I might go ahead and stream Eversion because I practiced it and I got it down to about an hour. So I can do that. Maybe play a little something else for fun. A short game. But this is my only time playing during this marathon, so I won't get we were going to try and hook up my little laptop because it's got an HDMI out to try and see if we could work here, but to be honest, with the way things have been going, I don't want to fiddle with the AV setup here any more than I have to, so. But hey, I got to play some of Resident Evil Remake, and I got to finish this game, which this is one of my favorite types.
Oh, special thanks to the Viva guy.
Because Jasper Byrne worked on this game for like 4 or 5 years, I believe. He worked on it for quite a while.
Is he working on anything right now?
I don't know.
Currently eating a sandwich.
Oh.
Yeah.
He had some bad family stuff happen to him a couple of years ago. So I think he kind of What?
Is that what do you mean? Or do you mean like when he's a kid or when he's like recently?
Well, like recently, like
Oh,
when this
okay.
game
I thought
was
you meant like in
going
his
on.
life to make him make this.
No, it was like some stuff I think with his brother or something like that. But anyways, I think he kind of for a while he kind of took a break from a lot of stuff. He might be back working again now, but I think it's like after Lone Survivor came out, it was kind of like a, you know, kind of a catharsis, and then like, well, I'm gonna see where I can go from here after this happened. But he still does work. He's done some songs on Hotline Miami 1 and 2.
Oh, nice.
The first song that plays in Hotline Miami 2, but I think the first level song is Jasper Bird. The one called Voyager on that soundtrack is Jasper Bird. So that's some good stuff. It is.
Yeah, I learned what it was like to have a giant beard, and you know
Oh,
what it was
fun.
like to have hair. To have all my hair. You know, a lot of people helping out with this game, I guess. That's cool. Shoutouts to the Poppin' Cast. I love the Poppin' Cast.
Can't seem to skip it. There's just songs of it, but
Ooh, the Super Friendship Club. That sounds friendly.
But yeah, this definitely takes a lot of cues from Lynch, both like kind of like dancing and weird, like surreal kind of stuff, but also the way how it's like you kind of get the general idea of the story and the characters and what's going on, but it's never like it's still so dreamlike that it's really hard to nail it down. What this really reminds me of is of Lynch's stuff that I've seen. It really reminds me of Lost Highway, which is kind of a more obscure one, but really creepy. And that one's kind of like
Jasper thanks
you kind of.
He does.
You're welcome,
Hi,
Jasper.
Jasper.
But that's one is very Lynch in that like I think I know what may be going on and what be alluded to, but the game is just so nonsensical. Here is
It's so weird.
yeah. But it's a really good one. It's a really good weird Lynch movie, Lost Highway, and it's got a scene with the guy Robert Blake, or where it's like Bill Pullman is the main character, and he's at a party, and Robert Blake's there, and it's like, oh hey, you know, I've been to your house, and he's like, oh really? And he's like, Robert Blake's like, yes, in fact, I'm there right now. And so he picks up the phone, and he hears the Robert Blake guy on his own phone at home while he's talking to him there, and the whole scene happens with that. And it's super awesome and creepy. So
So yeah, he is wearing a surgical mask.
You're either gonna
Have
get
you guys
stripped
played or heard
treated.
of Virginia? The game?
I've heard of it.
I've
I
heard of
haven't
the
played
state.
it.
Yeah, I've heard of the state. Me and Jason were fans of the state.
That's pretty good stuff.
We're doing some trick or treating here.
Time to trick or treat.
Well, we
And I'm almost. I just got one more like kind of screen show here, but I'm almost.
Okay, so we can. Yeah.
It's
I
like
started a bit late, so.
extra spoopy.
All
Give
right.
me that bucket.
So what are you
Oh,
gonna
I should
get?
probably not
You
look
got
inside the
a
track.
or a tree.
Okay, so here we go. F plus. So
Your mental health was up fucking.
Yeah.
ending was a blue ending because of all this stuff. Blue
Right.
path rank.
All right. What did you get?
Oh my god, I got tricked!
Oh.
Bought
Okay.
Bioshock for nothing.
So what would you like to play?
What would you like to play?
I mean, do I get to say, or are they gonna be like,
Yeah,
well, she
you-
wants to play
No,
that?
they sometimes will pick.
Yeah,
what
what
they
would you
want.
like to play?
Judging by what you're wearing.
Also,
Yeah,
I'm
I'll give
gonna
you guys
say.
one guess.
Also,
It's her
it
birthday.
is Sam's birthday.
It's her birthday.
so
It's their birthday.
It's my
could
birthday.
be
It's
her
their birthday.
present.
It was.
So-
So if you
Oh,
wanted
okay.
to vote Bioshock, I wouldn't
Yeah.
stop.
Fantastic. So you want to play Bioshock?
Okay, if you guys want to be nice to her on her birthday and let her play Bioshock, go to blog.tsg.tv/trick or treat and vote for Bioshock. If you want to be evil, you could have her play Bubsy 2, or you know, Taz Wanted. We can make her play the Tasmanian Devil game.
And real quick before we get into the voting and Sam jumps on, I just want to show you guys. So these are all the contributing factors, and like the fact that Benzito was the guy like when Chia's apartment was nice before it turned back into Monsterville. The Benzito was one of the guys there. So the fact that I just talked to him contributes. Like I slept for having a nice healing sleep, but like that I talked to Chie before I got the gun. How many times I fired a shot? How many times I spoke to the stuffed cat?
Oh yeah.
How many monsters I killed, which makes sense. But like receiving things out of thin air contributed to insanity. Ate some food, checked the radio, examined photos. You know, had a the blue dream is where I went to sleep, and the old man was there and gave me the bullets. You know.
Give you bullets in a dream.
Yeah, he gets bullets. That's why it makes him crazy, because he's like,
Yeah.
how did I get these bullets?
yes.
I got them from a dream.
And then, you know, so basically, so I just wanted to show you guys. how much of how I played the game contributed to what ending and how my
Shot Mother in the legs.
because yeah, that last monster was Mother.
Yeah.
Like torture. Like one time I accidentally turned on the lights. That was torture and pain.
Yeah.
So you know, that's what I find really interesting about this game is like how much of like what you do, like how it catalogs each and every little thing. So that's really neat. So
You guys getting the poll up over there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
poll is up
The
if people
poll
want
is
to
up.
start voting.
Oh my god.
So-
Bioshock's right at the bottom of the list.
I'm glad I was able to finish Lone Survivor. Thanks for joining me, Anna.
Yeah. And
Yay.
me, French toast, stupid jokes.
Yay, squishy, cute, squishy, fuzzy.
Cute squishy
Who
fuzzy.
drew the
That
chili
beard is
pepper?
fuzzy.
We're supposed to be making a yellow.
That was so Brit.
That was the
Started
other
off with a chili pepper, so I was like, make it more like a chili pepper, not yellow pepper.
Oh, yes.
So let's see. So remember, guys, if you want Bear to get to play a game she really likes on her birthday, play Bioshock. Vote for that. But if you want to
Somebody
torture her,
wants you to play Fatal Frame.
someone wants to play Fatal Frame.
I'm still
She played it during one for like a for unknown games. For one. So yeah, this is from space, and I was nice and
He's
didn't
got
cross out
time,
her
right?
name
I
and
guess
put my
we'll
name
start
on there. And tell you that I fought space and told her no, she doesn't deserve a present. She
Alright,
does.
4 minutes
Thank
left
you,
for
Toast.
voting
No,
purposes,
from
guys.
space.
Oh,
Where do they go
thank
to
you,
the votes?
Thank you, whoever you
It's
are.
Thank you, Mystery Taco Deliverer.
blog.tsg
Your
Oh my God.
blog.tsg.tv/trick or treat.
She
blog.tsg
went to the fair.
Dot
Oh, that's right.
TV
Okay, when she gets back.
/ trick or treat.
I think you said that
I
right.
didn't go eat
Yes,
tacos with
but
it,
there's
so
the
really
link
that's
in the
my
chat.
Yes, this is me, Bear.
Just
Exclamation points. 1 tacos, please.
What? Give me all of your 50 tacos.
Awesome. I hope you guys like commentary over Bioshock because I'm going to be pointing out
That
every
looks so
little thing.
ridiculous.
What do you mean I am hot?
Yay!
What's with the bandana?
It's because I didn't have like I had makeup to try and maybe cover up the beard and stuff.
Give it like
but I got
a
a
couple
couple
minutes
that,
to see.
so I got to like
Yes,
so
bro,
I
it's
did-
the bandana.
That never works.
So I'm like, if I dressed up as you, if I put on a bandana to cover my
Yeah,
head, would that
like-
be in character with you? And she was like,
Yeah, you know, I like to rob trains and banks.
Who doesn't?
I do it. I'm into robbing trains and banks. And trains carrying banks. Bank train.
Come on,
That would be the
train.
most robbed structure ever.
Rob
The
it.
bank train.
Yeah, the train that carries banks.
Come on, we're on that train.
I'm gonna individually
Yeah,
rob
rob
every
it.
cart.
So excited for Halloween.
You guys know about the prize tag thing? This is going. This
Please
is
sit back, yeah, $5 entry
until 9.
until 9
oh, could somebody,
p.m.
could somebody take a picture of us in costume on my phone?
I had something I want to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Okay,
Anyone,
Rob.
please?
I think
He
it's
proposed to me on
Thank you.
camera.
Okay,
I
thank
know.
you. Thank you, Sam. Nobody responded.
Yeah, it looks like Bioshock is in the lead. It's got a substantial lead right now, so